Are you ready to rumble? Are you ready for a life-changing weekend? Then welcome to Believe This Is It Convention. Congratulations for being here in Orlando, Florida to attend the biggest This Is It team event of the year. Be prepared for the most powerful, inspiring, and content-packed event you have ever experienced in your life. Your This Is It team of elite and senior presidential directors have pulled out all stops to make this weekend's Believe This Is It convention a game changer for you and your team. Attending Believe This Is It will be the most productive decision for achieving success in your life. Expect your breakthrough to happen this weekend. Believe This Is It convention will catapult your LifeWave business to heights above the masses. You'll learn strategies and skill sets that will allow you to rocket through the LifeWave ranks and help your team do the same. The dreams you have for your family are worth fighting for, and This Is It team of elite and senior presidential directors are serious about you reaching your full potential. So, prepare yourself. Your life is about to change. After this weekend, you will believe in the company, technology, the This Is It system, and most importantly, yourself. Welcome to Believe This Is It.
This is gonna be the greatest memory in history. Let's go. You don't need no luck. That golden touch. Time to light it up. Let's go. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for it.
How's everybody doing? Hello, LifeWave family. This is it, team. We're Kevin and Emily Wilson. We're going to be your hosts from this evening over here on the side stage, giving you a little bit of information, a little feed. We're so blessed to have each one of you here tonight. We thank you. We appreciate it. We know it wasn't easy getting here.
Absolutely. And you guys, we are here for a vision. We are here to build belief within every single one of us. We are here so that when we walk out of these doors at the end of the weekend, we are ready to go crush and change lives. We want you all to know that when you're talking about this product, when you're talking about the opportunity, like Steve said, people need to see it in your eyes. This weekend is where you're going to get that information. Right now, if all of you can text one person back home to register for the virtual event, they can get on and they can get some of this belief too. They're going to get so much from home. I don't think they're going to get the whole feel, but don't tell them. But they're going to get a lot of great stuff.
Remember, you're going to walk out of here with the belief that no matter who you're talking to, you're actually going to be able to have them understand what's inside of you. You're going to believe and you're going to have the ability to convey to people at a level you've never had before. So absorb the information, receive it. And again, somebody earlier today talked about your mind being like a parachute, right? You have to have it open for it to be effective. Open your mind. Believe what you're receiving is the information that will impact your business so you can bless more people. Do you believe? Yeah.
Hey, you guys, get your notepads out. Right off the bat, we're going to have some of our great friends come talk to you guys. You've got to take notes. You cannot remember everything you're going to hear. As a matter of fact, tomorrow about this time, you're not even going to remember what happened tonight. So take notes, write it down so you can take it home and implement everything you learn. We are here, one, for excitement and belief. Do you guys know that when we go to work every day, if you have a day job, sometimes it gets boring. We're here to have fun with life. We're here to show that there's more to dream about. There's more vision out there for people. And we want to have fun. Do you all want to have some fun? So we're going to sing. We're going to have videos. Some are funny. Some are serious. Some might make you cry. Join in and really be a part of this. Open your hearts right now. Open your hearts to everything that this event is going to offer you. Everybody's going to take something different, but everybody's going to take the belief that they too can be on the stage as elite senior presidential directors. Does that sound good? Awesome.
Without further ado, our very first speakers to educate, bless, and build your belief, Javi and
No.
Olga.
Matt and Kim. Matt,
Oh, Matt and Kim Curtis.
We're sorry.
Errors will happen. No.
Right off the bat, guys, right off the bat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your elites, Matt and Kim Curtis. Come on, make some noise.
Look at this. The lights are so bright. I'm coming home, Jesus. Oh, come on. Isn't this awesome? Man, we are so fired up. Anybody out there got a dream? Has anybody got a dream? Come on. This is incredible. Steve and Gina tore up all the stops. These guys are absent. Thank you, guys. We're going to have a great weekend. We want you guys to take notes. The speakers aren't going to hold anything back this weekend. So come on. We're so fired up. Believe this is it. Guys, this is about you. I want you to go home with belief. You're going to go home with belief this weekend. Take it home to your teams if they didn't come. But I'm telling you what, this is a life-changing event. All big decisions are always made at events like this. So come on, guys, go get them. This is my beautiful wife, Kim, my high school sweetheart. We've been together for a long, long time. 3 daughters and a son, 8 grandbabies and counting, and we're just so fired up. So I'm going to share her with you.
Electrifying, you guys. This is your night. Man, you guys are looking good. What I can see of you. Whoa. Yeah,
awesome.
but I can see. You know what? Your future's so bright. I wish I brought my sunglasses out here.
Yeah.
But I always have to match, and I didn't have red ones. So that was a no-go for me. But anyway, you guys have been given an incredible opportunity. You know what? You guys should give yourselves a hand for being here tonight. Because I know a lot of you, yeah, you guys are awesome because every one of us had our first event where we were sitting where you're sitting and got the knowledge that we need and went out of there and made a decision. So that's you guys. So, you know, I think it's amazing that you're here, and I get to be, Matt and I get to share a state, one of Steve and Gina Merritt's stage. You don't know what that means for Matt and I because we've known them before they were married. So this is quite a thing for us, and it makes me emotional. But anyway, and man, you guys, we had an event last year and you guys have blown this room out. So that's to you guys too. But I want to say that you guys have been given a Freedom Dream Machine. I mean, incredible. I mean, a well-oiled machine ready to go for you. All you guys have to do is input the people. You know, and I don't want to hear about, you know, well, you know, I put them in and, you know, I'm not sure if they're going to build the business or they're going to be a distributor. You know what? Matt and I have a saying. Let's put them in and let God sort them out. That's not, you know what? You guys spend way too much time trying to figure that out. And God's got a plan and favor for your business. And we don't have to do the figuring. Let's not waste any more time on that. So you're sitting here tonight, you have a decision to make, and you're going to keep putting people in and God's going to sort them out. It's not your decision what they're going to do with their business. And you just keep on trucking. I want to share, some of you know last year at the event, my mom got rushed to the hospital. So right after we spoke, the next morning I had to leave and go to her. And but I want to share a couple things about my mom. Her name's Betty. She's kind of like everybody. It's cute because she's on Facebook. And anyway, but she's taught Matt and I a couple things. And one of them's attitude. This woman is 97 years old. She's going to be 98 in October. And she liked Matt since the first day he came to the door. She goes, I really like that boy. He's really cute. I'm like, Ma, you know, that's not my problem. But anyway, but it's her attitude that's gotten her to 97, you guys. She tells us all the time, it's my attitude. Anybody ask her, how did you get to, you know, what did you do to get to be this old? And she says, it's my attitude. You guys are sitting in this room and this is all about your attitude. You know, when it's awesome because when Steve and Gina look at things and there's a little situation, it's like, it's going to be fine. It's how you turn everything around and make it positive. My mom has the most positive attitude. The other thing she said to me recently is, and it's getting a little harder, 97 is not her happiest thing. It is a blessing, but it's her memories. You know what, you guys, you're sitting in this room tonight and you've got memories that you need to build. Don't waste another day. I know some of us have jobs and families and all this, but let's start building memories with these kids, with our parents, with our husband. Matt and I can't wait to get on the road and travel around this country and share this amazing product. So I don't know what your dreams are, but that's what Matt's going to talk about tonight. I do have one thing I want to say. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. And you know what? He's going to give you a way to achieve those plans. He doesn't leave us out there. He's always there for us, and he's going to give you a way to achieve your plans. You know what? I'm going to bring Matt up because he loves sharing the dream. Matt's the biggest dreamer I know. And I wrote down some attributes about Matt, and I'm going to turn it over to him real quick. And he's probably going to look that way.
I wrote those.
Yeah, he did. And but I'm doing that because we lift each other up in this business. Women in this business lift each other up. Men hug in this business, and we care about people's families, and we care about others. You know, and I love it because I've never seen a community or a team. But I want to say that I wrote him down because I didn't want to forget him. But he's the biggest dreamer I know, and a lot of people know. He's the most positive person you'll ever meet. As a matter of fact, I try to be negative at home. He's going, "You got to be kidding me. I've been trying to train you with this your whole life." He's very loyal. He's very loyal to Steve and Gina. Don't mess with Steve and Gina because I mean, since we first knew them, and no matter what, he had their back. And no matter what Steve and Gina are doing, we're running right along with them. So find the person that you can follow because it's really important. He's full of faith. He loves his family. He's stubborn. Oh, I don't know how that got in there.
My eyes are sweating, baby. Come on. Is that got enough of that?
He never quits. He's a hard worker. He's forgiving and he's humble. That is the attributes of the person that you want to invite to this business because that's the person that's going to build this business with you. And so find somebody that goes the journey with you. Enjoy the journey. And I'll tell you what, if Matt and I have done anything good, it's have fun. You know, we kept this business fun. We look at the positive and find the good in everybody. And that's what you need to do. We love you guys. This business is Matt and I's heart. And we love the relationships and what this business can do for you and your families will blow you away. The freedom is incredible.
Oh, you can tell that's the brains of the operation. You want to go sit down?
Yeah.
Love you.
I'm out of here.
Bam. Wow, you can tell that's the brains of the operation right there. Keep me straight, baby. Wow, you guys, I am so fired up. The people are way over there. Hey, in the back corner over there. Way over there. How you doing over there? Well, you guys might have been like me a handful of years ago. We jumped down with Steve and Gina, and I'll tell you what, I had put my dreams on the shelf. Did anybody kind of put their dreams on the shelf? Yeah, you know what? Home to work to home year after year, not achieving those dreams. You take those pictures of the boat, the car, the whatever it is off your refrigerator because you're embarrassing yourself in front of your children. Right? Isn't that terrible? I love this business because you can reignite your dreams in this business. Guys, you will reignite your energy and your dreams in this business. I want you to go out and start dreaming again. And it doesn't even just work to put, I mean, I don't know. And look, I don't want to start with the non-material things. You know, that's really the most important thing. Who wants to get the money monkey off their back? Right? When you just want to not have to think about looking at the menu, reading the left side first. Your wife calls you from the mall, you start sweating. Instead of saying, honey, if you love it, get 3 colors or whatever, right? Guilt-free shopping for the ladies, whatever your dream is. Maybe you want a bigger house, a lake house. You know, boats have always been our thing. I grew up on 8 Mile. I'm a real M&M. But I've always loved cars my whole life. You know, cars, my hot button, always been my hot button. And I don't know what your dreams are. Maybe you just want to help your kids, you know. Years ago, when we started into this industry over 25 years ago, people said, what do you do? Because I was a carpenter and I'd work all day in the hot sun. Then I would go out at night with a dream. And that's firing me up. I'd go out all night with a dream because I didn't know what the future was going to hold for my family. And I'll tell you what, guys, stick with this. Make it decision today, a decision this weekend that you will never, ever, ever give up on your dreams, all right? Never, ever give up on your dreams. Because I'll tell you what, Kim and I, with the Lord's help and with the help of the This Is It team, we have achieved so many things in our life beyond what we could have ever dreamed for ourselves. In fact, it's just been off the charts. So this industry can do that for you. If a carpenter and a stay-at-home mom, well, she had a tough job. I really did cherish that 10 hours I was gone every day. But when I got home, we had a ball with those kids. But you know what? This is the kind of thing that'll totally change your life. So get your dreams back out. And you know what? You can set your dreams, some of them to the goals that you hit, right? We don't never teach that, you know, when you go manager, run out and buy that Porsche. That's not what we teach. No, you pay cash for your toys, okay? Cash for your toys. Don't give that banker any more money. He's getting all your money now. So pay cash for your toys, but keep them out in front of you, know? And let's just say if it's a vet is your dream. In fact, Kim and I are looking at vets right now. What do? You stick a picture on your refrigerator, then you go down to the dealership and you can't just get it from looking at the picture. You got to go down there and test drive them. So find every Chevy dealer within an hour from your house and they'll let you drive them things. I had the guy sitting next to me and I went around the corner, you know, pretty crazy. And he goes, that wasn't necessary. I said, I told you I was crazy when you got in the car. So, you know, I warned him. So I don't know what your dreams are, but you know, hey, if I love open houses, we like boat shows, whatever it is, whatever those material dreams are. But as you start to hit the SPD level and elite SPD, your dreams will be open to you. When you walk out of here tonight, look over to the right, and you'll see a big old white Jeep with big old tires on it. That's one of my dreams. It's sitting right out the door. So I don't know what it is that your dreams are, but I know that you can get them in the business. I got a bunch of notes here. I'm going to jump right into it. Now watch this. These notes are really good because Steve wrote them. Where'd he go? I love joking with Steve, but he's not sitting there. Guys, do we have a dream company? Are we on a dream team? Do we have dream events? Do we have dream trips? Do we have a dream product with this technology, with this X39? Then you can take all of those dreams and achieve your dreams. But you've got to believe this is it. And I'm telling you guys, as sure as you're sitting in your seat today, this is it. We have been in the industry so long, I've never seen an easier product to share. This is absolutely incredible. It is so, and how many people, I'm not going to be able to see all the hands, so raise them high and I'm going to look. How many people have been in the business for about a month? Raise your hand. Okay, I can see you. About 2 months, raise your hand. 3 months. 4 months. Yeah, a lot of them. 5 months. 6 months. A year. A few of you, 2 years. Okay, that's awesome. Because you know what? The fortune is in your phone. Now, you're going to get a lot of tips this weekend about how to contact, how to invite, how to cold call, how to talk to somebody in the restroom when you're standing next to them at the urinal. I mean, that's an inside joke, by the way. I don't talk to the guys in the room. But anyway, you're going to get a lot of tricks this weekend, a lot of things. But how many people believe in this room that you couldn't find a better thing? There isn't a better thing for your friends, your family, your acquaintances, complete strangers, that you could give them the X39 on their body. How many believe that with everything? Give me a cheer. How many believe that without everything inside of you, that this business, this product is what everyone needs, not just the patch, but the cash? You guys know that 85% of the country goes to work every Monday and they hate what they do? You know that 60% of the people in the country are living paycheck to paycheck and it's getting worse? You guys know that we didn't participate in that last recession. Everybody else was running around fixing the flats on their Chevy, and I was buying $2,000 tires for a Bentley, a carpenter, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Is this is the chance for you to be able to set that free. So when you get that phone that I started to talk about, and you make a list of everybody you know, and you put the closest friends and family on top, don't let your closest friends and family miss this opportunity for better health and better wealth. That's exactly what Steve told me many years ago. He said, you put 20 people right and 20 people left, put your closest friends and family on top, and don't let them miss this opportunity for better health and better wealth. So you pick up the phone, you have an application. This is for all the new people. And I'm going to talk about some of the people that have been in for a year to 2 years in a minute. but everybody has got at least 500,000. I talked to a guy the other day, said he had 5,000 numbers in his phone. You think he's going to make it? Guys, don't overlook the numbers in your phone. In fact, I'm calling people that I haven't talked to in years. I'm calling people that I don't even know who they are. No, I'm that serious because we put hundreds in the first couple of years, but I just want to say that I can't leave anybody out. So why am I going to run on the street looking for boogers that I don't even know? Right? I want to find somebody. Look, if I saved your number, I either figured I was going to add value to your life or you were going to add value to my life. So that's why you're in my phone. So I spend a couple of minutes, and I've done this. I've been practicing. This is a cold call. We're going to talk about cold calls. They're a little trickier. Sometimes there's a cold call when you call your mom. Some people can't put their mom or their best friend in their business because they're not doing what I'm getting ready to tell you. And that's when you pick up that phone, when you make that list, put your closest friends and family on top. You have an application. I love the order forms, the application. You put an application on your lap. You fill it all out. In your phone, you might even have their name, their number, their address, their email, whatever you got, you put on that paper. Because then all you're going to need is a credit card to get them a kit coming their way. Whether it's a silver, gold, or diamond, guys, that's it. I usually call them and say, look, I got everything here except your credit card number. Don't make me call Jimmy down in Miami. But I sat down with an expectancy to get the application filled out because I believe that there isn't a better thing that I could do for my friends and my family than to get that application filled out. So many of you are calling around and shuffling around and you're scratching in your voice and, I think I might have found something. I don't know, but that's not what you do. I found this patch. It's totally changed my life. I can't believe how great I feel. Kim and I we're like kids again, and I've got to get these patches to you. They're going to change your life. I say that at least 4 times. These patches are going to change your life. And I got this order form on my lap. I've got to get some coming your way. I say, look, I got a gold pack, a silver pack, a diamond pack, and you know what? If they're business people, I explain the big pack, but otherwise I just make sure they get the gold. If they get a little squeamish, they get on the silver, but I do not hang up the phone unless I got that application filled out. All right? Guys, you got to stop the fear. You got to get over the fear. You got to get over what people think about you. Because here's what I think about you. If you don't get that application filled out, who knows what's going on in your friend and family's body? And we can't make any claims, but some crazy stuff's happening out there when you can get this patch working in their body. It's absolutely incredible. So no more excuses. All you new guys in the business. Now for the people that called their friends and they let them say no, I want you to call them back and say, John, how long have we known each other? He's going to say, this is somebody you called her 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 years. I don't know what I did wrong, but here I am a year later, 2 years later, and you're still not wearing these patches with me. And darn it, I'm not putting up with it. I got an application here and I'm filling it out now. And I mean, I'll tell you guys, that works. Your friends. I called another friend of a friend. I said, your best friend's not in this. I said, call his number right now. And I knew he was his best friend. Picked up the phone. And I said, Don, it's in my phone, Don Short Shorts. Because he was wearing short shorts on one side. So I said, Don, Short Shorts. Your buddy, Ron. Sorry, Ron. Your buddy, Ron, is got these patches. You guys are best friends and you haven't worn them yet. I got an application on my lap and we're going to fill, but I'm going to make a deal with you. If you, as you give, I'm going to pass this phone to Ron. He's going to fill the application out. I'm going to go out into my Jeep and I'm going to come back in with short shorts on and they can film me because you have got to wear these patches. How far will you go to get your friend's friend in if they don't have enough nerve to get it done? So guys, that's what this is about. Right, Mike? This is about having to butt a little bit. And I'm not talking about me and me. I'm talking about the best thing that you could do for your friends and families to get that application filled out. So here we are. I'm out of time. And I haven't looked at the notes yet. But I love the cards. I love the cards, Gina. They look sweet. Okay, I'm going to roll this up fast. Everything starts with a dream. Isn't that true? I mean, nothing. Look at Elon Musk and that supercar, right? Come on. How fast does that thing go? And what's it called? Cyber Beast? Wow, Cyber Beast. You want a Cyber Beast? I can't wait. Is that you got that here? Oh, come on. And paid cash for it. I knew that too. But I'm just saying, I don't know what it is, but everything comes with a dream. This weekend, you're going to be hearing from people that have hit the level and beyond where you want to hit. So they're not going to hold anything back. Guys, they're going to give everything. They're going to pour their hearts out to you. So make sure you take your notes. Surround yourself with people that'll put a spark in your life. Surround yourself around people that believe in you, that believe this is it. Stay plugged into the system. Some people say to me sometimes, I call them up, I ask them, I say, wow, are you on the call every Monday? Are you on the call every Wednesday? Can you watch it on Friday? Are you on Saturday? And I'll tell you what, if they're not building the business because they're not plugged into the system. So if you're out there, you have got to be on everything that you can be on to get your dreams. That is the necessity right there. Okay, thanks. I'm just going to check this out for a minute. That's right, guys. Make a commitment that you're in it for the long haul. Never quit on your dreams. This is your chance to make it happen. Guys, this is your weekend. This is your chance to make it happen. I want to tell you that we got a non-denominational church service coming up Sunday at 9 o'clock. And I will tell you, one of Kim and I's superpowers is that we gave our lives to the Lord. She was 21 and I was 23. We would not be the people that we are had we not found what it was really all about. And that's what it's about. So come on out and see us at that service. And guys, this is it. Believe this is it. It's your weekend. God bless you. Go get them.
Congratulations for attending Believe This Is It convention. As you can already see, the This Is It team has pulled out all stops to position you for success in your LifeWave business. You have now realized that everyone on your team should be attending Believe. The great news is there's still time for your team to attend Believe This Is It virtual. Your team will feel like they are sitting on the front row here in Orlando as David Schmidt and the leadership from the This Is It team presents this weekend.
I was down, but now I'm up.
All right,
Down, but now I'm
make some noise for senior presidential directors Javi and Olga Solis.
to be stuck in that. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm Hey, down, but now I'm up. Like my name Lazarus. No Satan gon' be mad at this. I had to ask my dad if it's okay to sweep my pad. This T-shirt, boy, if I picture this out of the park.
All right. First off, we want everybody, please do us a favor. Can you just move up on the edge of your seats, please, real quick? Hurry up, let's go. On the edge of your seats and put your hands up like this. Everybody, now smile. Stay like that. So we took that picture because our kids are gonna ask us when we get back home, how did you guys do? We crushed it. We had them on the edge of their seats.
Okay. Where's Steve and Gina Merritt? Steve and Gina Merritt, thank you so much. Thank you so much for entrusting us to speak into the lives of others. I do not take that lightly. I'm going to ask everyone a question here, and I hope I don't cry. Who here knows or loves someone who has a child with special needs? Okay, so it's enough. It's too much if you ask me. So I want you, everyone that raised their hand, and I know that there's more that are going to meet people in the future, sadly enough. But I want you to know that it is your responsibility to go out and share my message with everyone that you know, to give them hope again, you are to become the hope dealers of This Is It. 8.5 years ago, my life flipped upside down. A part of me died. My baby, who was completely normal, who spoke, who looked at me when I spoke to him, lost it all. He lost the ability to speak. He stopped responding to me when I'd call his name and ask for his attention. He became so sick. He had severe and significant behavioral challenge. My son would bang his head on the floor over and over and cry for hours. He was sick, and I had to do what I had to do to help him. So I went aggressively. I said, you know what? We're going to fix this.
Because this will not be your story, Alexander. This will not be your story, Alexander. So, mommy started doing what doctors and professionals started to recommend to do. And so I did that. After 2.5 years of doing the same thing over and over again and not seeing anything come out of it, what do you call that, guys? Crazy? Sanity, right. So I said, that's it. We're done. Thank you, doctors, for your services. I'm going off now. And so that's exactly what I did. And I started to look into non-traditional things to help my son, to give him a better quality of life. Because like I said, this will not be our story. Well, Alexander, after doing that over and over, we changed over. We started to do non-traditional things. I started to see some gains. Enough for me to keep going, to try the next thing, to try the next thing. And many of you that are here might know my story where we traveled internationally, not once, but twice for stem cell injections. And if you know anything about stem cell injections, my friends, they are not cheap. And it's not a one-shot deal. You're going back once, twice a year. Well, I believe in life, even when you don't have it, when there's a will, there's a way. And this mother wasn't stopping because doctors told me after, trying all the things that I tried, doctor, what do you think? Give me, what do you think? Maybe he'll start talking in a year. Basically, the doctor said to me, Olga, and I shared this last time, your son will most likely be institutionalized. And your son, get over the fact about him speaking. It's never going to happen. So you know what? You know me. I'm a believer and I'm a prayer. And I'm praying up to God because I know that he's got his hands on my son and he will speak one day. Because guess what? After 2 years of using this patch, my son learned how to ride a bike. He learned how to swing on the swing. He rides a scooter. He is now, guess what? This is what I love to tell everybody. He is now starting to say words. My son could not travel on an airplane. We just came back from Mallorca, Spain this summer. He traveled 8 hours there, 9 hours back. My son sits at dinner. My son jumps in the pool. He plays with other kids. And now he has words coming out of his mouth. But I want to share something with you because a lot of you know my son's story. But I want you to know one little piece about me. I was in a place where I didn't believe in myself. I was in an ugly, dark place. And I don't share that with a lot of people because people, you know what? Look where my life is now. Why do we got to go backwards? But my story made me who I am today. And I had to learn how to believe in myself. And I remember sitting in these seats where you guys are all sitting right now. And I thought to myself, I'd never be able to stand over here. And I'm not standing here to be seen. I am standing here to be heard because we have a lot of people to help. And we've got to all come together and start spreading that message. So like I said before, X39 is the game changer. Thank you.
Amazing. Guys, let me tell you, I remember that day, that phone call that everybody here had that phone call. Our dear sponsors, Mike and Saeed Hernandez, which there's always one person that you know is going to change the trajectory of your life. Okay? He called her or called us, and we thought he was out of his mind. Okay? That a patch was going to help Alex. Guys, let me tell you something. There's going to be one decision. And my wife did not want to do this ever again. But when she saw what happened to Alex, I said, we got to do it one more time. Because we were blessed, so we had to become a blessing. Okay, and we have blessed people all around the world with this one patch. Not only physically, but financially. People are hurting out there, folks. Hurting out there. We can pinch every day we wake up before our feet hits the ground. We thank God where we are today because of Stephen Gene and Mike Saeed Hernandez, hope givers. And that's what they are, hope givers. Guys, let me just tell you one thing only. What's important and the biggest asset of your team is your team. Okay, that is your biggest asset because one thing where we talk about is going down in the roots. Okay, now when you go down in the roots, oftentimes people build on the surface. The magic happens in the roots, my friends. Okay, because guess what? We were in the roots. Okay? And we stand here today because of this conference, because we believed. And it took 17 years to get to where we were today because of one belief. When Steve and Gina came and she said, and they came in New York in our prior company, they said, we got to find a room, but we can't find a room. And I jokingly said, well, there's a racetrack over there. And Gina goes, well, let's go. I thought she took my bluff and she went. And then she put her card on the table with no doubt because she believed in us that we will pack this room. Because in the same way she believes in everybody here, they put their credit card on the table. They didn't have to do it, but they did it because they believe in each and every one of us, okay? And that's why we're here today. But let me tell you something. The difference that comes into this business is that one more text, is that one more patch that you share, is that one more relationship, is that one more phone call where you're going to find that person in the roots. Because more oftentimes people just sit there parking, not knowing what to do. Can anybody relate? They just sit there not knowing what to do. But the moment you reach down and you just show someone that you love, care, and believe in them. If you just believe in somebody, you're probably 4 out of the 5 people in their lifetime that will show them they believe in them. Everybody's here because somebody believed in you. Because Life Lake came on your lap to resolve your problem. The same way it resolved our problem. Okay? Remember why you got into LifeWave? Well, you know what drove me? My boys. Looking at my boys. And you know what? Our children are the apple of our eye. But in reality, we're the apple of theirs. Because we tell them, we want you to be happy. We want you to do something. We want you to be big in your life. But you know what? They're our biggest cheerleaders because they say that about us. What about you, Mom? What about you, Dad? We want you happy. What happens with children is most things are caught, not taught. Okay? They look at us because we're their role models on what they're going to catch. And they catch a lot because I make sure that my boys see me work. I make sure my boys see me work for our family. I want nothing more to give them the life that they deserve. Alex wasn't supposed to be on airplanes, but he travels airplanes. He wasn't supposed to swim in pools, but he swims in pools. He rides bike. He says hi to people. He hugs people. And that was my mission, to do that for that little boy when they said it wasn't going to happen. What's your mission? What's yours? We know ours, and we're just getting, we're only 2 years in this thing. We're just getting warmed up. There's lots of people to help out there. But let me tell you something, folks. You have one decision. And we're here because of that one decision. And when that opportunity came, we ran. We ran. We didn't waste any time because we prayed for it. We meditated on it. We spoke on it. I remember the time that our first trip we had together, we were dating in the Bahamas. And my wife tells me, well, she was my girlfriend at the time. You think we'll have that shot again? I said, we're going to have that shot again. It's going to come. But we're already prepared. Because when God gives you an opportunity, you're not a tree, move. Most people will come to you and try to doubt you and try to put that negativity in your head. But let me tell you something, a naive person knows the price of everything but the value of nothing. Okay? They know the value of nothing. Most things are caught, not taught. And we're chasing. We chase the dream. Who's chasing the dream? But you got to run for the dream. Everybody slap the person next to you and say, I'm running. Everybody holler, run! You got to have fun doing this thing. You got to have fun doing this thing. If you're not having fun, then just don't do it. Just give it up. But we're going to end it with this. You're going to leave this conference. You're going to leave with the fire. You're going to leave with the grit. But once you pass those doors, reality is going to hit you again. The person's going to tell you no. The person's going to say you're wasting your time. The person's going to say it's a pyramid scheme. I tell them it's more like a hexagon. We get paid more. You know? You got to have fun with this. More like a hexagon, you know? But listen to me. We all said yes. We're all telling the world. We're all figuring it out. Because I know till my dying day, I'm going to give my family, I'm going to go down the roots of my team, and I'm going to show them to see the better version of themselves. The same way we saw the better version of ourselves. Because people doubted us. They didn't want us here. But we kept believing. And then God put us around with the right people. My best friends right there. Steve and Gina Merritt, Matt and Kim Curtis. Renita.
It's our family.
Our family. But you know what? I remember when I was a youngin'. What y'all saying? I'm still. But anyway, guys, listen to me. You gotta believe. You don't have believe. You have nothing. Share that one more patch. Share that one more patch. Because let me tell you something. We're just getting started. No one's ever gonna tell the Solis they can't do anything anymore. Not happening. Not happening. I want you to make yourself a promise, not me. It makes no difference if you do this or not, because we're going to do it anyway, with or without you. That you do that one more text, that one more phone call, that one more relationship, that one more hug, or best yet, that one more belief to have somebody, because you know what? Steve and Gina and Mike Saint believed in us.
That's right.
And that's why we're still here. This is a stage with risers and wood. Anybody could come up here. But what's your story? What's your story? Anyway, we're out of time. We love you. We care about you. Go out and crush it.
Show me. I said, you show me that you're making that kind of money, Steve, and I'm all in. I've never been able to find one person to show me. You show me, and I'm all in. I wasn't expecting him to show me. Guess what he did? He showed me. He showed me. And when he showed me that, it was lights out. Guys, I believed in the product, and I believed in the in the business out. And I said, I will work 10 times harder to make 10% of what he makes. Mindset. You see already those little things, I realize now, those are part of the things, the difference between the people who fail and the ones who succeed. The winners and the losers. There's a lot of people that want to know what's the least they can do to make the most. And you don't get far that way. Remember what I say about taking shortcuts. Your cut is going to be short every time you take a shortcut. Be willing to do more, all right?
And I think I would just want to start by saying thank you for an amazing 2023. Biggest year in the history of LifeWave. US #1 market in the world, fastest growth market in the world, and your team #1 in the world. So many, many congratulations. And
high five.
yeah, high five.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for the two of you and everybody on your team that's driving all that. It's been amazing.
I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
All right, here we go. 90-day run panel. Y'all make some noise for Josh Holdaway, Brooke Robinson, David and Heather Warden,
Not about now.
Reggie Stewart, Paulin Ingersoll, Vic and Dee Malilo, Tony Boyer, and Sarah Robinson.
Right about now. I was dead in the water, nobody wanted me.
And welcome your hosts, Emily and Kevin Wilson.
But I kept throwing on cold, trying to make that fire burn. Sometimes you gotta get scarred to get what you deserve.
Wow, already amazing, right? So you guys, I told you in the beginning, get your notepads out. Right now, we are getting ready to go into the meat and potatoes of building your business. Some of us are now carnivores and we just go the meat and the meat, right? I mean, come on, I had to throw that in there for you, Matt. We got your name wrong right off the bat. We introduced the wrong people. We make mistakes. Thank you guys for giving us a little grace. We might even make some mistakes up here, but you guys are going to learn so much stuff right now. So much stuff.
Look, so one of the major stepping stones and building blocks of what we do as the This Is It team is the 90-day run, right? We're going to step through this process. What we're going to look to become senior directors, pinnacle moment in your business. It's the compounding effect of why we build. And when you build a senior director, you've laid the foundation, the groundwork for what you want to do. And so what we're going to do is we're going to speak to some of the best in our team of how do you do that and what that looks like.
Awesome. I'm going to have a little seat and get cozy just like they are. How about that? This is fun. Hey, you guys, we get the privilege right off the bat to ask some questions to our sponsors, David and Heather Warden. Thank you so much for calling us, thinking of us, patching us, and getting us started on our journey with this amazing opportunity. So when you guys got started, tell me, did you make a decision to go senior director?
Absolutely, we made a decision. And you know, it was funny because when you do make a decision, if you know the word decision, it actually means to cut off. Incision means to cut in, decision means to cut off. And so you cut off all excuses.
Right there, I already learned something
And
new.
that's how you go senior director. Yes.
Awesome. So KPW, are you going to ask us questions?
Sorry about that. Okay, so how was your mindset when you first got started? The very beginning, what was the mindset like?
Well, and so what I'll piggyback onto David's answer about making that decision is that, you know, it's easy to make that decision, but you've got to attach it to more than just a rank. So it's easy to quit on a rank, but it's not easy to quit if you attach more to it. So I don't know what that is for you. And it could be multiple things. So just say like for me, I would love for us to have a family lake house one day. Why do I want the lake house? Well, if I ask myself why, it's because I used to go to the lake with my grandparents all the time growing up. And it reminds me of that. And I can picture myself sitting on that boat dock with my grandpa fishing. We didn't have cell phones. We weren't on our computers. We weren't watching TV. It was just the family. And we were playing games at night, you know, just staying up and telling stories. And so I picture us with our kids up there at that lake. And I'm not going to quit on that. That's a thing. So when you talk about the mindset, that's the mindset of this. You've really got to dig in and figure out what that why is.
Hey, I just got some
That's
goosebumps.
good.
I don't know about you guys. That's amazing because the vision of what we're doing is so important. Attaching it, having it something for you, making it bigger than a name. We've said for 18 years in this industry, you can call me Tutti Frutti. The rank for us isn't the thing. The name isn't the thing. It's the building block. It's how we're building the structure of our business so that we have stability with the opportunity, with the income, so that we can achieve the dream. Go ahead.
All right, did you attend This Is It convention in Tampa last August? Can you give us a quick highlight of what happened during and after the convention?
Yeah, so we did attend, thank God. Thank you, Steve and Gina, for putting on such an event. It was an amazing event. And so, yes, we did attend. And so let's see, what was the rest of the question? Like, what was the highlight? Yeah, okay.
What happened to your business when you came home? Let's say that.
Well, so the highlight for me though was, so we've known Steve and Gina for 18 years or so, but we've always known them as just amazing leaders. But how we've gotten to know Steve and Gina in the last couple of years with this is now we know their hearts. And folks, I'll tell you right now, they have made so much money in this industry. They do not need to do this. It's not about the money for them. It is about helping each and every one of you achieve your dreams.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
I know that they believe in you and God believes in you, or you wouldn't still be here. So believe in yourself.
So look, at Tampa, there were some great things that happened. We wanted to we expanded out of there. David and Heather's business grew, our business, lots of people in here, our business grew. And we did that on the piggyback model of the 90-day run. So we know the significance of it, not because we teach it, but because we implement it. And that's everybody in this room. All right. So next we want to go over to Brooke. We're going to have some wonderful questions for Brooke. All right. Did you set a goal to achieve senior director?
No, I had higher goals than that. I wanted it much more. And I think that for us, it was, or for me, it was never about hitting senior director. Was so much more. It was like that, what they were talking about, the kind of your goals and your visions and just going for that. Because if I just kept texting 3 people a day and calling as many people on the way to and from the gym every day, that the business would go far past senior director. And I think your goal, obviously, senior director is great, but it should be much bigger than that.
So again, you touched a little bit on that. Tell me kind of what commitments you made to yourself to do that.
Okay, so for me, I mean, I'm busy. So I think a lot of people try and use their busyness as an excuse to not do things. And that should be the complete opposite. For me, it was, hey, I'm going to the gym. I have 20 minutes. Let me make these calls and make the understanding of just how busy I am. I would make them, my goal would be to make them as short as possible. Like, hey, I got an amazing opportunity. I got to talk to you about it later. I'm super excited. Can you talk at 7:30? They'd be like, well, what is it? I'm like, I'm too busy. I'm running into a meeting right now. Let's talk at 7:30. Oh, okay. And that's what I did. I made as many calls and I did that every single day until people would get on those calls. And I did it. I was consistent, essentially.
Okay. And I guess the question, and because we all have these ups and downs in our business, did you hit every goal on the date that you expected to hit it or you set for you to achieve it?
No. But, I think it was more about like financial goals because, when you have those goals of what you want to do and how you want to do it and how you want to do it with your friends and with your family, it's a little bit different. But I knew if I was consistent, and I think consistency is the most powerful tool in this business. I believe with consistency comes your success, it comes your power. If you're consistent, the greatness will come. So
wow. Wow. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much. That is amazing. You guys, we want you to hear, as people are doing so great in business and succeeding, they've all gone through some troubles too. We all set goals for exact dates on hitting it, and sometimes we don't hit it. It doesn't mean we're not going to achieve that goal. We just might have to write a different date on it. We go back to the drawing board. We call more people. We patch more people. We do it more often so that we can reach those goals. Right now, we're going to get into, how we start patching people. It's the first part of our system here is sharing a patch, starting a conversation, beginning that interaction with someone on this amazing opportunity that we have. So I'm going to ask all of you right here. Did you guys write a list of names down when you got started in this business?
Yes.
Hands up, right? Out here, who has a list written down that you add to all the time, that you pick up and you call from? That is so, so important. So I'm going to ask Sarah a few questions here. And Sarah is my wonderful friend that filled in for me tonight because we had a panelist who got stuck on flights. I think she's still stuck in an airport, Pam, and is so sad that she missed this opportunity. But Sarah, thank you very much for jumping in to ask some questions. So I want
Sarah.
I want to ask you, when you're first contacting someone, do you patch them? Do you contact? Do you call? Do you text? What's your preference?
I like the organic approach. If you know me, you know that. People, they get so caught up on the elevator pitch, right? You guys want my secret elevator pitch? There isn't one, right? There is no magic sentence. There is no specific study. There is not one video that's going to close every single conversation or if you would want to call it a prospect or close a deal with someone. For me, I look at everyone and I imagine an invisible sign around their neck of how can I add value to their life? And how do you do that?
That's good.
Ask questions. You ask questions. How are you? How have you been? on the shelf. They're costing you money. Put patches on people. Put them on the people. Stop being stingy with your patches. This technology works. Patch people. Let the technology do what it's meant to do. And if you're holding on to them, that's why you're moving slowly.
Thank you very much.
stuff.
Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you being up here. Reggie, would you tell us, do you use the This Is It team share cards when you're patching people or giving them some information?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, thanks to Steve and Gina for putting together these incredible resources that we have access to. Go to thisisitteam.com and you can order them. And matter of fact, I have a card right here. And it has all the information that a person could possibly want in terms of being exposed to this incredible opportunity. So I don't take it lightly. I don't have to come up with any ideas of my own. The information is right there, especially for new people. You want to really take advantage of the resources that are at your disposal. And when I look at this card here, there's no information that I think a person would be looking for that's not on here initially. So I take that very seriously. Also on both sides. And on the other side is the website, thisisitinfo.com, which is the website that contains 100% of the information relative to any question a person may have. So I always encourage people to go to that website. Don't hesitate. Don't think that there's another question that can't be answered, because if it's not answered here, it's probably not a good question. Also, the patch is, the instructions on using the patch on this card. So it's a ton of information.
And I'm going to just throw this out there. We've got new ones that Mia has put together for us. I think they actually look a little nicer. They read a little easier for the eye, not the contrasted color. You guys, the store is right outside here. Gina and Steve, again, they do everything for us. They've got all the items that we need to build our business printed for us. They are selling it less than what we can go out and order it from Vistaprint, I promise you. So if you're here, there's packs of 10 for $5. You should get a boatload because we're going to be out patching tons of people when this weekend is up. So Reggie, thank you for that. And now I want to ask you this one last question. Do you lead with the X39 patch and then talk about the lucrative opportunity?
Absolutely. I mean, the patch itself is what it is, as they say. The patch, there's not much you can do about it. The patch is incredible. It does some incredible things. We've heard the many testimonials on the patch. So we don't ever have to worry about whether or not the patch does what we say it does. However, we want to make sure that we have patches. And when you're going to share it with someone, the great opportunity is when you're in front of someone is to have a patch and be able to share it with them at that point. So you don't have to wonder what they're going to think when you leave them. If you put a patch on them, it's a good chance they're going to have an experience. So by doing that, it makes your job so much easier because now that the conversation that you're looking from is really coming from the fact that you shared the patch with them. The patch does the talking.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
That's great. So look, everyone has a method. We all have a method that we follow. We call it the PRO system. The first part of PRO is to patch. We've got some great examples of the way to patch, the way we share. Reggie's explained very clearly. Sarah's got great insight on how she does it. The next piece is to revisit. The P, the R, the revisit. And I'm going to talk to my very good friends, Vic and Di, because we're going to talk about the follow-up. How you guys doing?
You look good, Kev.
Awesome. All right. How important is the follow-up? And do you stop at just one follow-up?
The follow-up, right? If you're not following up, you're not doing what you need to do in this business. And ask yourself one question. If you decide not to follow up with someone, how upset are you going to be when you come here next year and they're sitting on the other side of the room? So you have to follow up with everyone.
100%. If you're not following up, you're not doing this business. You're not growing your business. I'll give you an example. I started talking to somebody about 6 months ago, a business owner that's local to where we live. And every time I would go in to do a little shopping, she looked like she was very busy. I assumed she was doing really well. And she asked me how I was doing. I tell her a little bit about my business. I would just drip on her. I didn't want to roll up all over her, as some of you guys do. Don't talk too much about the business when you're with them or about the product. They don't always want to hear about it. So she was very busy doing her thing, but she asked how I was doing. I let her know things are going great. And every so often I'll stop in again. Well, last week I stopped in and she said, how are things going? And I said, they're going amazing. She's like, I think I really need to talk to you about these patches. Now I had assumed things were going great with her because every time I was in there, she was busy, but apparently things weren't going so great. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is that sometimes we assume that people are doing really great and they're not. You don't know what's going on in their lives. don't be afraid to bring up this product. Don't be afraid to bring up this opportunity because I'm meeting with her on Tuesday and she's signing up.
Awesome. Okay, so expand a little bit about that, Vic. Give us some ideas to help you've used with your friends to help follow up, ideas that follow.
Sure. So I think before you're following up, right, it's all starting with your conviction, your determination, and your belief, right? We're all here today. Thank you, Steve and Gina. Amazing what you've done in 2 years that we're here for. But again, we believe and we have to follow up with the ideas, but where are they coming from? It's from listening. If you're not asking that person a question, if you're not interested in their lives, how many children they have, do they play sports, do their children play sports? This is where your ideas to follow up with someone will come from. So you could ask about maybe that issue that someone might be speaking of, or how did your son do in baseball last week? How's his performance? I might have something to help him.
That's perfect. All right. So I want this, and Di, you did a great job with this, and I want to hear a little bit more about this. But the point of the follow-up is always to schedule the next follow-up, right? You lead from one to the next, okay? And so how do you use that phrase from one to the other in order to help you establish the next visit on when you're ready to make a decision? They're ready to make.
Well, first of all, I always make sure I'm going to see them again soon. I'll send them something to look at. If I send you a link to, if they're interested in the science, maybe I'll send the link to This Is It info to view. Would you take a look at it? And when would you? Well, I think I could take a look at it this weekend. Great. I'll follow up with you on Monday. Like I said, it's not always about the business. I like to keep the relationship going with them because I want to establish a friendship. If you're constantly hounding them about the product and the business, they're going to stop answering their phone and they're not going to want to meet with you. So like I said, I like to create a friendship. Hey, let's do lunch. We're going to be going out with friends on a boat next week. And I've been trying to get her on board with this product for a long time because she really needs it, but we're going to go out on the boat with them. And if it happens to come up, you bet your sweet Bippy we're going to talk about it, but I'm not going to be the one. We always leave our, it open to another opportunity to get together with them.
Perfect. Always, right?
Yeah, just like she said, stay off that DNA list. You don't want somebody putting, when your phone rings, it's saying Vic Melillo, DNA, do not answer. So that's where having that positive conversation about other topics. And then obviously it's going to lead into this as I was following up with someone and it's been several months and timing wasn't there, but I just called him to check in. I didn't mention a thing about LifeWave, about X39. And I was actually ending the call and he got nervous and said, well, wait. How's that patch thing going? I got to start this with you. So keep it there.
Excellent. Thank you guys. That's amazing.
Vic, can you hand that mic one poster to your left, right next to you? Thank you, sir. So we patch, we revisit. Now we're going to point them to an opportunity. We have amazing team opportunity Zooms. You guys, all week long, we can go watch these Zooms, but it is time that we all start doing our own home opportunities, X39 launch events, so that we can get back with the community and the connection. Keep using the Zooms, they're amazing, but we've got to dive in a little bit more to doing these home launches. So Tony, can you just tell me how you believe it's important to take ownership of your business to do your own one-on-ones and your home launch events?
Yeah, ownership is where it's at. Think about it this way. If you worked in the corporate world and you spent 40 hours a week for $20 an hour, you do the math on that, and then the boss calls and says, let's go 50 hours, and you'll do it, and you'll jump through every wall you can possibly do to do that. But now you have this, which could be a multi-million-dollar business for you. Then you have your dreams in your hands right now. And as you go to work in this, you are now in charge of your business. So my question would be for this: the effort that you're putting in right now to go after your dreams, would you fire yourself if you were in charge of corporate?
I hope you wrote that down.
Because if you are saying, yes, I might fire myself, then it's time to go to work. Listen, we have heard that it is the beginning. It is the beginning. Everybody in this room, we're at the very beginning, but let me take it a step further. You are at the beginning of the beginning. Take ownership of your business because it will change the course of your life and everybody around you that you talk to about this, and they need you right now. Don't miss that.
That's powerful. That is so powerful. I'm going to just feed right into this. So we have our home launch events. We might have some city events when our amazing leaders come to town, or even we step up and start doing some bigger events in our city. What about our conventions? How important is it to bring our team here to learn, to get around everybody, to get everything you need for our business?
It is absolutely non-negotiable if you're serious to be in this type of room. Here's what I will tell you. We are in Orlando, Florida, and for the next 48 hours, Disney is going to take second place to where the magic's going to happen. Because it's going to happen right here in this room with these people, because you are going after your dreams. So being in here, you are an example. Do you think your teammates back at home are going to say, oh, I want to go to one if you don't? They're not going to. You got to be in the room if you want to be a champion. If you want to win, you got to be here. Now, the other thing you're going to get, you hear the energy. You've heard it already. We're just getting started. But let me end it with this. Right here in this front row and all throughout this room, there is a wealth of knowledge of people who have built this and already had the success that they want to have in life and are keeping going. Why would you not want to be in this room where you can hear that knowledge, where you can apply those simple things through the pro system that Steve and Gina have put in place? And oh, by the way, let's not sell short the fact that Steve and Gina put every bit of their effort into what's happening in this room tonight. Thank you for that. Both of you are incredible people. We appreciate you for that. So it is paramount for you to be in this room at every convention you can be at if you're serious about going after your dreams. And oh, by the way, if somebody said yes to you, they have dreams too. You owe it to them to be a part. Let's do it.
Hey, I just have one last quick question. Is this the last convention you go to, or are you coming to the next one?
This is the first convention you go to, and you go to every single one after, over and over. And oh, by the way, bring an army with you, because we got a lot to do to get this company where it needs to be.
Reggie, will you hand your mic to Josh? Thank you.
Man, that's some good stuff. You guys taking notes? This is powerful. Look, many of us wait for somebody else to start our business. We wait for our upline. We wait for the next person to come in the business. Guess what? It's your turn. It was always your turn. Okay? Time to do a home meeting. It's time to get in front of people. You need to know how to do that. If you want to get started, today's the day. Start now. Pick the phone up. Text somebody. Say, when I get home, we're going to come talk about this opportunity. If you're going to do something in your home, do you know how to do it? Go to the This Is It team. You can get the opportunity slides, the same ones that are being used on the Zoom, the same one your upline's using, you have access to. Go there, download them, go flip through the chart. You've seen it a few times. Some of us seen it every Monday, every Wednesday, Thursday in Spanish, in the afternoon at 3 o'clock again, you get it, right? You have the time to see it. Now it's time to go teach it, okay? The best way to learn is to teach. And it's time. You get enrollment forms. You can go download them. Better yet, go in the back and get the tear pads that Gina put together for you. The banners are there. You want to have a professional look in your home? Have a banner. You want to go to the next hotel meeting? Have the banners, have the tools, model what you've been shown, and do it for the people that you're bringing in. They will follow you. The speed of your group is the speed of you, the leader. Okay? All right. Sorry, Josh, I got up on something real quick right there. All right. How have you had such great success sponsoring people? And do you use This Is It X39 team order form?
Yeah, so one of the first things that I did is I went through my list and I started running out of names. And then I decided on July 1st last year to give my business to God. And I said every day, I'm like, God, give me people, put people in front of me today and every day. And that has opened up an incredible world, 40 of them here today. And so that changes your world. If you're running out of people, talk to God about it. And here's the cool thing is when these negative people, the other side, start talking and throwing shade on you,
you're not feeling bad about that, right? God doesn't want these in my business here. It's the same analogy. You know, the bee doesn't explain to a fly why honey tastes better than. I should probably go to the next one. Punta Cana, right? So Punta Cana, it's coming up here. I don't look for people that I can make money with, that I can make money from. I look for people that I can go on vacation with, that I can go to Orlando with and take them over here and have a blast. Activity is so important. Think of it this way. If our compensation plan was built in a way that our compensation was 100% based on the activity that we're doing, what would that paycheck look like for you this week? Right? Comparison to the results of that activity. So I would encourage you, write it down, see what your activity is doing. And lastly is, Danny McDaniels writes this in his book, Awesome Thing, is take the city. Team and I, we made a decision a year ago to take St. Louis. And it started in a coffee shop, went to somebody's home, went to a small business, went to another small business, went to a conference center, sent a picture to Steve and Gina, said, if you build it, they will come, hashtag Steve and Gina. Then we did another one, 100 people, and then they showed up, 200 people showed up.
Wow, that's good. All right. Do you put your new brand partners on subscription on AutoShip? And why is that so important as your business is building?
Yeah, everybody needs to go on AutoShip. I don't even ask. I tell them, I said, you need to go on AutoShip. It's not a question. If you ask the question, the answer is no. The other part, this may sound a little weird, but has anybody seen that Sphere in Vegas? Right? It's the algorithm that they have for the Sphere is the same one that LifeWave has on how to upgrade to AutoShip. It's that difficult. So we don't want to do that, right? So we put them on AutoShip right up front. The other thing is you can listen to people, right? Because people are skeptical for a reason. Who in this room has something that they're subscribing to for $10 a month that they're not calling the company because it's too much of a pain in the butt to take it off, right? We all are. So they think when they say AutoShip, I'm never going to get out of this thing. And so we have to explain to them, it is literally pushing a button. It is good. So we get everybody on AutoShip and then we teach the same thing.
Thank you. Awesome.
That is so good. All right, guys. So we patch, we revisit, we have opportunities. We are signing people up and our business is rocking. The first rank that's so important for all of us, the foundation, is manager. Can you guys explain right here, my friends, Paul and Linda Somersault, will you guys explain about going manager and what that means of helping other people on your team reach the rank of manager?
So the key is really listening to them first. A lot of people, I know everybody in this room probably has people that say, I just want to see how I feel before I share it. So I'm listening to them because I'm not going to tell them all about manager right now because they don't want to know. But I will cast a vision to say, that's totally fine. Who do you love that could really use these patches? Who comes to mind right now? Tell me her name. Tell me what's going on with her. And they'll start naming some people. So I find that people are in two categories. They're either, I need to see it before I believe it, or I need to believe it before I see it. And you got to know the difference. So you're not throwing up on them and casting a vision before they're ready to even feel the patch to see what's going to happen. So I listen for clues, but cast the vision right away. So for the people that believe it before they see it, which was us, we had no clue. We didn't look at a video. We trusted our friend. You borrow the trust of the people that are showing you. And that's where the vision comes in. That's when you talk about manager. And that's when you say, get your list out. Let's get started.
Awesome. Paul, can you help us in going manager and breaking managers? We really believe that's the foundation of all of our team going senior director, which is what our goal is going to be tonight. We'll talk about that in a moment. But can you explain the importance of building your team, not just 2 left and 2 right, but tell me about our 20 left, 20 right vision of what that means in the stability of your business.
Absolutely. When I got started, I didn't know Steve and Gina, neither did Linda. We didn't know who they were. However, we learned real fast that they were pros, and you follow pros and you follow all the leaders. And what we found is Diamond 2020 was simple. You just do it. It takes out it's a proven system that builds multiplication and exponential growth. And what ends up happening is it takes all the decision making out of, do I talk to this person? Do I talk to that person? You get laser focused, left, 20 on your left, 20 on your right. And what's really exciting is it takes the pressure off of saying, which are the people am I going to push to go manager? People will rise, leaders will rise to the occasion, and some people will become managers real fast. You don't know what's happening in people's lives. So you want to be able to allow them to be plugged into the system and let the system grow and let their needs grow. The last thing is it builds your own personal momentum. If you don't sponsor anybody, or if you just put 2 on, 2 left, what kind of momentum? And so think about when you 20 times 20 times 40, if you multiply that out, that's 780 folks on your right, 780 folks on your left, and that's exciting. And so it builds excitement.
That is awesome. Hey, you guys, just the beginning of this weekend to get us all set to go senior director. This is amazing, and I want to thank each of you for coming up here and just pouring for just a few minutes into the hearts of everyone here. Thank you, guys. Each one of you did awesome. Give them a big round of applause.
Think I finally found the hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming true. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Good to be alive right about now. Good to be alive right about now. Good to be alive right about now.
Okay, so look, the reason, and again, thank you to the panelists. They did an amazing job. Didn't that panel doing a great job? Manager, director, senior director, it's the growth of your business. These guys are they're walking the walk. But right now, it's time for everybody in this room to walk the walk. I don't particularly care what rank you are today. I don't care if you're SPD elite. I don't care if you've just walked in the door and you were smart enough to follow somebody in as a guest. On your chair, you have a commit card. And what we're going to do as an organization, what we're going to do as a team is we are going to commit to ourselves first, and we're going to commit to our team that we are going to go senior director in the next 90 days. Who's in? Who's doing it?
Our goal here this weekend is that every single person fill out this commit card. You guys, there's a QR code on the back. You put that in, you add it, you can do it online too. We're going to be all working together over the next 90 days. Each of us, like Kevin said, wherever our business is, we go senior director again and again and again and again. Thank you, guys.
Hey, by the way, you can get more of these commit cards from the store. So here's the thing. Imagine if your team did the same. Not just the people that were smart to come to believe, not just those that are online virtual. By the way, welcome virtual family. Everybody, you commit, you get your newest person to commit, and you compound the effect so you can get more commit cards and you can get more people tied in. Your growth their growth will follow your growth. Thank you, guys. Have a blessed evening.
Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for it.
All right, make some noise for Steve and Gina Barrett. All right, hey, give another hand for the 90-day run to senior director panel.
Incredible.
Guys, right off the bat, early on Friday, we're already zoned in and focused on the main goal for the next 90 days. You've got a team here that is very different than most teams you'll ever see, especially in the corporate world. Okay, let me explain. We had all these elites up here, right? It's a brand new rank, all right? So it's soon to be announced. It hasn't even been told. It's like a secret rank that LifeWave hasn't even announced, but they offer free trips. So we're teaching everybody how to go elite, which is very unique. Let me explain. In the corporate world, you have the vice presidents telling you, I want to teach you to take my job. Think about this. This is very different. It's hard for people to even understand. Even in many, many organizations in our industry, the elites are saying, I am the elite. Remember that. Okay? And they want to make sure that their group is kind of told. They don't want anyone passing them up. Us, This Is It team elites are having so much fun, and we want every one of you with us on our free trips, offering the dreams that we know you have for your family. So we're like saying, come on, everyone can do it. Come on, we want all of you to be elite. And we're giving you everything you got so you can win. That's very unique in life. It rarely ever happens. That's why this is just the beginning. Our goal is for every one of you to be elite. Are you ready? I mean, it's only 3 friends that say yes. Are you kidding me? 3 friends. So the first step. Only 3. You only need 3 friends that say, I mean, does anyone think you have 3 friends? I mean,
I will go find myself 3 friends.
What are the odds of you finding 3 friends that want to go to Bora Bora for free? Okay, remember this throughout the weekend. A lot of the panel was bringing this up a bit. It's got more to do with, are you somebody that someone wants to hang around more than how much I know about the X39? There are doctors that are going to be coming up here tonight that know way more than me. And I'm not going to say Gina because she knows a lot. But for instance, myself, all I know is stick it and it works. But that relates to so many more people. Think about that. You're trying to make this complicated. They want to see, are you more interested? I love what Di said. They want to know, are you a friend? Are you having fun? Are you going somewhere? They don't care if you know the comp plan. Don't try to make this complicated. The very first goal to get to elite is you got to get this senior director done. And it's not that hard. Rita, how long did it take you to go to senior director? 8 days. Okay. And she didn't even know that I was going to ask her, but she knew it right away. Okay. So Keston, how long did it take you? 2 weeks. See, think about it. And now
14 days.
Now, we don't want you to compare yourself to anyone. I'm saying it because I know you could do it. But are you really doing what Tony talked about? This is what this weekend, and we're starting tonight. Are you really honest with yourself, giving it everything you got? Are you digging in your heart and saying, are you looking in your kid's eyes saying, they deserve the best? Because this is freedom. This is more freedom than you can imagine. Okay. So you've got to get this senior director done with. And we're setting you up early on Friday because the entire weekend is about you committing. We didn't just hand the paper, all these cards to be printed and put on your chairs for the heck of it. You're going to fill the card out. I mean, I don't want anyone to just fill it out. If you want to go senior director, you're going to have to go to get to elite. So you're going to say, I am going senior director. You're going to say that throughout the weekend. You're going to fill out the cards. Okay. And then you also are going to be able to go online. This is itteam.com/believe. There's a Q card, or what do you call it? A QR code right on your thing. And you can commit right online, and it'll say, who's your upline SPD? Now, the reason why we're starting to do this is because we need to get you to know who your upline SPD is. It's very important in this business. Who's your upline? A lot of people, I don't know. Well, you need to start learning, okay? And we can help you if you don't know, but start by putting that on there. There's even a check mark. Now, the reason why we didn't put on the cards was because we want you to be able to use these cards throughout the next 90 days going into the new year. The fastest growing time. Remember what Paul said, we're pros? We know this. The #1 fastest growing time to build this business is between the kids getting back to school and the new year. Are you ready? Okay, so you're going to commit. You're getting a head start. This is like a head jump start, okay? And there's no slowing down with it. This is a team. We don't believe in slow time and no time. Now's time, all right? So you fill it out. Go time.
It's go time.
Right. So you fill out the commitment card, and that's for you to put on your bathroom mirror, your bedroom mirror, to look at it every day. Maybe put it on the refrigerator and tell your kids, we are going senior director. And then every day they're going to say, Dad, are you senior director yet? Lay it out there, okay? All right? So You put it in front of you every day, and then you take a picture and you can upload this to the online
The
site.
clock is not rolling.
Guys, anyway, so this is our focus for the weekend, so you're gonna hear it throughout the weekend, but let's get it done with tonight. Before you put your head on the pillow, get yourself committed. Tell your wife and yourself, we are going senior director, and you put the date on it in 90 days. Maybe you want to do it 60 days. I don't care. Put it on there and then start calling your team and saying, we're doing it. Are you doing it? That's all about. Let's make this happen together, and don't lose the vision, the excitement, the energy, the vision you're seeing tonight as you get into the next week, the next week, the next week, the next 90 days. You got this. Make it happen. We believe in you. Go senior director.
All right, y'all give it up for Todd and Shannon Barble.
This is how legends are made. I've got lightning inside me, son of a god. I'm like the titan that's rising just now. I'm stepping inside.
I can't believe we are up here. I cannot, I mean, I do believe it. Thank you, Lord, for your redemption. That's all I have to say.
Absolutely. Well, and then I walk out and I see my hero, Mike Hernandez, right here. Holy cow. Come on. Come on. So we are Todd and yeah, I have to look at my notes just from our names. That's great. Todd and
We're off to a great start.
Todd and Shannon Barble, Cincinnati, Ohio. And we are gosh, about 15, our story kind of goes, about 15 years ago, we blended a family with 5 kids.
You're like the Brady Bunch.
One shy of the Brady Bunch, and it was amazing, and really, you know, we got started. I mean, we were both school teachers, and she was a 5th grade teacher. I was a phys ed teacher and head varsity basketball coach. Basketball was pretty much my life, and it was my passion. And played back in college and things like that, and really where I was is I was chasing trophies, you know. I was chasing trophies. I was chasing you know, living life for all the attaboys and all the free t-shirts from the tournaments I played in, and on a serious note, as my family struggled. And so I came to the realization, like, you know, at some point, you know, how do you look at your kids and say, hey, we can't afford that, but hey, look at these trophies, you know, I'm winning. So there are lots of motivators out there, and our motivator was disgust. My personal motivator was disgust. We were introduced, you know, by the grace of God, introduced to direct sales shortly after that, because I kind of hit my rock bottom when my oldest son Holden needed some basketball shoes. And ironically, we couldn't afford them, and when he needed them. So that's when I just said, wow, something's got to change. And like I said, by the grace of God, we were introduced to direct sales, and we didn't take it lightly. You know, I had a good impression of direct sales. My dad had done some direct sales. I liked the positivity of it. My dad, you know, didn't see money through that. But I love the positivity of it, and listening to the old tapes and different things like that. I had a good feel about it, and I loved what I saw. So we took it seriously, and we took off. We hit the ground running with that, and did really, really well. We experienced a very good taste of freedom for a while, and that freedom there's nothing like it. You know, and thinking about, you know, when my mom was battling cancer, you know, being able to take her, you know, to her doctor's appointments on any day of the week without having to ask permission. That's freedom. And thank you. And, you know, we traveled the world, you know, with great people. Some that are in this room right now. And we took the trips, took our kids on trips that we never could have imagined. It was just so much fun. Built our dream home, you know, sitting on a beautiful 16 acres in Troy, Ohio. And it was amazing. It was truly amazing. We gave freely, and gave freely, and we gave generously. After about 9 years, which is about 5 years ago, through a series of events, we were hit. We took a financial hit and had to make some serious life adjustments, and including giving up that forever home that we had built. And so the next 4 years after that was a struggle.
And then I get the mic. Perfect. You know, to the outside world, it looked like we were living the American dream. You know, looked like we were healthy and wealthy, but behind closed doors, we were sick and broke. And for me, I had struggled with chronic fatigue, chronic pain. I was a menopause mess. I know a lot of you can relate to that. And, you know, we really financially, we were drowning. And, you know, we kept a lot of that covered up with a smile. And, you know, it was so crazy when I heard Mike say, you know, have you shelved your dreams? Because that's what I wrote down right here. We had put our dreams on the shelf. We had put the legacy for our family on the shelf. And we were chasing our battles instead of chasing our dreams. And then, you know, we get this phone call about this stinking patch, right? And I say that with a lot of love because we had heard about it, but my skepticism, stubbornness runs in my genes. And, you know, I just thought, okay, no, but my friend Mia reached out and she said she knew what I was dealing with health-wise a little bit. She did not know what we were dealing with financially. So remember that. And she said something that really hit my gut. She said, isn't your health worth giving it a try? And I thought, can't say no to that. So we placed our order and I drove off to my Bible study. And just out of curiosity, I said, hey, have any of you ever heard of this patch? I couldn't believe we'd never heard of it. And I had 7 women mob me in the corner saying, what is it? My mom needs this. My dad needs this. And I got in the car, and before we even had our patches in the mail, we had belief on what we had our hands on. And May the 6th, we put our patches on for the first time last year. And I felt I was one of those one patch wonders. And I felt an energy run through my body that I hadn't felt in years. And we looked at each other and we just said, you know what? This is it. This is incredible. We're going to help people dream. And it literally reignited the dreams that we had inside of us. And we knew that we could help a lot of people with this.
Absolutely. So we followed the Hosiers here and Rich and Mia Finnegan to This Is It last year. It really changed everything. You know, we had to see what the culture was of this company, and because you know we were in, but we wanted to check out the company, right? And we saw the rock stars, Steve and Gina, and we saw you know, the Hernandez. We saw all these people that were winning, and I think they had been in for like 14 months or something like that. But it was the culture, and we had 22 people there with us that were also checking it out, and people turning around, looking at us with tears in their eyes, like we found it. And I remember, and Mike doesn't remember this, but I walked up to him, and because he had just, you know, rocked the stage and, you know, had like a standing ovation, and I went up, I said, hey, I'm catching you. I'm going to catch you. And he said, okay, bring it, let's go. And so we were off and running, and really the momentum from that, because, you know, again, so much belief, right? Once you believe something, you can do it. So we came out of there with just huge momentum. And so we hit, I think, senior and executive right around that time. And then went into October, to the October function. And at that point hit presidential. And we said, holy moly, we're halfway there to SPD. And so, but that's where the trips were released. And we know in the past, you know, it's like, if you chase the trips, right? If you chase the trips, you'll build your business, you'll build the foundation. So we went after the trips and just came out of it, went through the holidays, just muscled through. And I tell you what, you know, for me, the secret, if you're looking for the secret, I give it to you in one word, and it's grit. It's absolute grit, because when you believe you can do something and you just decide to win and you put action behind that, there's nothing that's going to stop you. And so we carried that momentum through the holidays, and just, going for the trips. We ended up, earning the Cancun trip, and helped, I think, 10 or 11 of our brand partners also earn that trip. And we hit SPD at the end of February, I believe, which we're still just pinching ourselves about. So yeah, good.
So I think when we think about dreaming and we think about belief, we all have the power to dream, but so many of us lose that. We let that go. And so I just want you right now to close your eyes, and I want you to think about, what does your preferred future look like? What do you see? What do you feel? Okay, open your eyes. When I think of our preferred future, I think of memories. And I heard somebody say that up here. I wrote that down. Isn't it amazing how we all are kind of thinking of the same thing? I think of memories of our kids, of our grandkids, of my parents, the beach, a home. We gave up that dream home and it crushed us. I'm going to be honest. Took us a year and a half to build that home. And we lived in it for 8 months, and we had to short sell it. And it put us in such a financial hole. But I never thought that we'd ever get it back again. But I'm here to tell you that in this room, dreams are being reignited. And redemption is in this room. And I just encourage you, we are living out in this room God-sized vision. But I can close my eyes and I can see in my head that preferred future. But when I look in this room, do you know what I see? I see a mom of 6 whose child had special needs, who's living a different life because of this patch, and her husband are paying off debt because of this patch. And I see a teacher who taught, I see with my eyes, a teacher who taught for 26 years, who replaced his income in months here and is just now retired from his job. We have a room of people living their dreams, and we see it, and we've got it on our hands. But my question to you is this: are you doing everything it takes to fulfill your dreams and to help other people? And if you're not, what are you waiting for?
Now I have to follow that. Thanks so much. Amazing. No, like Shannon said, I mean, and here's just a few things to end it with, but we are seeing people dream again. And we're helping people win again, which is so sweet. And a few things just to leave you with. If you're in this room, maybe, I saw some people raise their hands. They've been in for a month, and kudos to you for getting here, being in for a month and making it happen and getting down here. That's amazing. So a few things though. It's time to flip the switch. When you flip the switch, that means simply you're here to win, period. Okay. And the sooner you do, the sooner you win. Okay. Don't wait. Don't waste time allowing doubt to creep in your mind. Okay. Flip the switch, and the sooner you do, the sooner you win. Burn the boats behind you. There's no exit strategy. Don't give yourselves one. Okay. You're here to win. Don't dabble with this opportunity. Don't dabble. There are doers and dabblers. Don't be a dabbler. Okay. Because no one follows the uncommitted. Okay. If you're not committed, then no one's going to follow you with this opportunity. The most focused and the least distracted will win. What distractions are holding you back? Think about that. Okay, you have to get rid of those distractions, and don't let anything hold you back. Life is short. Life is absolutely short. My dad used to say, life isn't a dress rehearsal. You get one go around, and just decide to win, guys. Decide to win. You have the best vehicle I've ever seen ever in your hands. So what are you going to do with it? God bless you. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow, wow. We have already been through emotions high and low. That was touching. You guys, this gets emotional. This is the real deal. Life is the real deal. And every single person here has a story, and everybody's story can be shared with the world, with anyone that you know, to make it to help somebody else. And you never know when your story, we kind of hide behind some of the stories that aren't the best, right? We hide behind some of those things that we think are our demise or are holding us back or we're embarrassed of. But sometimes it's those stories when we're vulnerable enough to get on a stage and share it, or just share it with a friend. Those are the moments that can change and impact somebody else's life. Because what other people look at you and see the outside, when they find out that, like anybody, you're a person and you have some stuff going on, it makes it real for them. And that's why when we talk about telling your story, I don't mean just tell your story about the patch or just tell your story about what happened yesterday. Or if you're my daughter, tell the story that lasts for an hour and a half. We all have one, right? Just be vulnerable and be sincere with telling that story and pass it on. That was amazing. I loved it.
So look, we've been blessed with some really great stuff, and Matt and Kim, I've heard Matt say it before, but he talks about it as a freedom dream machine. Okay, you have to open your mind. You got to believe. You have to walk out of here tonight with more belief than you entered in today, and you got to do the same again tomorrow. You got to believe. Javi, oh my Lord, you kidding me? Talking about family, you touch me. You and Olga, it's amazing because that impact into your family isn't just your family. It's going to go for generations and generations with everybody in this room. So continue to share. We're blessed to be a part of this community. We're blessed to be a part of This Is It team and to be able to impact each other's lives. So thank you very much for sharing those things. And then our panel, holy heck. I know I'm not supposed to take favorites, but I won't tell you mine, but I definitely have some favorites on the panel, right? There's some guys and girls throwing out some information that will drive your business. If you don't get anything else, get belief out of the fact that people that came before you that are doing it, they're winning, and they're up there willing to teach it to you.
Hey guys, next we get to introduce to stage some of our dear friends. We've gotten to know them over the last 2 years, and gosh, what strong, wonderful hearts, what servant hearts. They are just amazing, and you guys are going to get so much information from them. Jens and Cindy Brinton, coming on up.
Welcome.
Welcome to Believe This Is It Convention. Oh my goodness, you all, look around this room. Have you seen it? Gina and Steve Merritt have done this all for you. This is like a birthday gift for you. All you've got to do is open it and believe that it is all for you. Come on. So this is to help you to have the confidence to run for your dreams. Receive this. I know some of you know that Gina is my baby sister. I was 8 years old when she was born. And so even as she was growing up, she was so determined to excel, and she had to be the best at whatever she put herself forth. I want to tell you that I've known her longer than any of you all have, and I want you to know, see, that was valuable. I want you to know that she's the most amazing, most incredible woman you will ever know. I'm the big sister, you can trust me. And Steve, when he came into our life, oh my goodness, he brought so much fun into our family. He was a world champion barefoot water skier. And he also became the brother to me and my other sister. You know, I have 2 sisters, and he brought me 2 brothers that I always wanted. And they are amazing. So Steve and Gina, you know, they have had many achievements in their lives. They have broken so many records together.
and yet they are still humble. And they're still doing exactly what they're doing and have done for you and for me. They are world champion leaders in this industry. There is no one like them. They are the strongest teamwork you will ever meet. And best of all, you can trust them. Did you hear me? You can trust them. They have your best interest in mind. They want to get your family debt-free and living from abundance. Abundance. I know this is not the norm. Gina and Steve Merritt are not the norm, and they have created a team, and this is a team that is not the norm. There is no other business venture out there that will give you what these two have created, because Gina and Steve Merritt are not out there. They are here with you. Where in the world would somebody spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars for one purpose and one purpose only? And that is to get your family free. That is so valuable. And to help you believe that you can accomplish your dreams. And they've created a system of 35 years of experience. And out of their own pockets, they created it. We don't put one penny into it. It's just to help us succeed. Right now, I want you to take your forgotten dreams off of the shelf. Some of you have pushed your dreams so far back in the closet, you don't even remember what they look like. Today is your day to believe again, to dream again. Gina and Steve are all in for your family. Why don't we get all in for our families? This is the time. It's time for you to believe that you can do this. Grab hold of, like, this thing is, your life is depending on it. Your family is depending on it. You can be your family's hero again. It's time for you to have the confidence to soar. It's time that we get excited about our family's freedom. You know, David Schmidt created a company with his team, and it took 20 years. It was a good company. But when Gina and Steve came on the scene, it became a great company. This company is going to continue to excel under their leadership of this team. We're going to $1 billion. And it's going to be around for a very long time. You haven't seen anything yet. These two, they've just gotten started. This is the perfect timing for you to be running with everything that you have. Now, I want you to listen to this. Every minute of this weekend has been prayed over and strategically planned, every part of it, so that you can win, so that you can have the confidence to go for it. And don't think that there is one part that's more important than another part and you can skip anything, because you don't want to be standing out in the hall. No, you don't want to miss a thing. This is going to lead you up and to catapulting on Sunday afternoon. If you miss one single thing this weekend, you could accomplish this. You can accomplish it, but it's going to take you longer and it's going to be harder. Don't cheat yourself. Sunday morning is the grand finale. It is going to solidify and it's going to weave together everything in your heart and your mind. And out of everything that you have received this whole weekend, Gina and Steve are going to be sharing their testimonies. And I'm going to tell you, you owe it to them. But more importantly, you owe it to yourself to have your booty in that seat. Don't miss it. I'm not kidding you. This is going to be so important. And the reason is, this has been a gift to all of us. They want you to receive the final piece of their gift to you. Don't miss it. They want you to receive the entire Believe message. I recently heard one of the SPDs say, when you leave here Sunday, you're going to be bulletproof and feel like you're 10 feet tall. I want you to know you're not just going to feel you're 10 feet tall and bulletproof, you are going to know it. So I just want to say thank you, Gina and Steve. We love you dearly, and we couldn't be prouder of you.
All right, my 5 minutes just got cut down to 3, but I'll run through this real quick. Say thank you, Cindy, for emphasizing the great leadership that we have. As most of you know, LifeWave is the #1 in momentum and direct selling companies all the world. Think about that. You know how huge that is? There are approximately 6,000 direct selling companies in the world, and all of you here tonight are part of the #1 company in the world. If that doesn't make you want to stand up and shout, we need to check your pulse. And, you know, on an interview recently with David Smith, he said LifeWave was truly a 7-figure opportunity. It obviously is, because so many are already doing it. Nowhere else on the planet can you start a business for $1,600 and recoup your investment in days or weeks, not years. How would you like to have a business partner who says, let's start a business. I'll put up 99% of the money to start the business. I'll take care of the employees, sourcing, manufacturing, inventory, warehousing, shipping, insurance, bookkeeping, regulations. Oh my goodness, I just get stressed out thinking about all that stuff. And he says, I got several patents. You can take advantage of those too for free. He also says, I'll pay you 60% of all the money that comes in through the door. And you can earn several free trips a year. Your only role in this relationship is go out and tell the world about X39. That's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. Well, see, if you're in this room tonight, you're already a part of that business. You have that business partner. What's even more incredible is the offers for a business that is up and running, not a startup company. You can make money this week, not 5 years. And I just want to say, life is not easy right now. A lot of people really are struggling financially. Almost everything has doubled in price the last couple of years, probably except your paycheck. I guess going to the grocery store has gotten easier. You used to have to carry out 4 bags for $100. Now it's only 2. But I mean, that would be funny if it wasn't so true, I guess. But you know, I don't know how to fix this economy. All I know how to do is pray and make more money. If you don't jump on board with LifeWave, what else you going to do? I guess you could ask your boss to double your paycheck. That's probably not going to happen. If you have your own business, maybe you could work twice as hard. That probably won't work either, because you're probably already doing that. And, you know, maybe you could start a business. That might work if you got a couple $100,000 laying around. You could try that. You know, at the end of the day, really, LifeWave is your chance to get right side up in an upside down economy. This is your chance to get financially free. Together, let us take LifeWave to $1 billion in sales and spread the blessing. Can you do this? Absolutely. All the ingredients for your success are here: incredible product, leadership, amazing corporate team, and so on and so forth. What are you waiting for? If you're waiting for your ship to come in, it's here. Get on board. This business can be done by anyone. It doesn't matter how much money you got, what race you are, or how smart you are. It doesn't matter. You can do this. And look at the person to your right and say, I can do this. Look at the one on the left and say it again. I can do this. Yes, you can do this. You're willing to do what it takes for the next 24 to 36 months. Your life will never be the same. There's not another opportunity to plant this good. Don't miss it. Cindy and I invested $1,600 in this business 24 months ago. Now we're earning over 1,000% ROI per week. You can do the math if you want. And I'm out of time, so I'll probably cut it off right there.
Wow.
Another amazing one. And I'm just going to add a little bit to what Cindy said about how great Steve and Gina are. We all are sitting in this room and we can all say that they've touched our lives in many ways already. They've brought us here together. They're leading us by being the biggest servant hearts you'll ever see. But I'm going to tell you a quick story. A couple months ago, we went on a trip with Steve and Gina. They took us out to an ocean riding on wave runners. Anyone ever done that before? Yeah, I'm not from Florida. So we're riding on the ocean, and I'm not talking like the little channels, but we're out on the ocean. We're in wave runners, and I'm riding behind Kevin because heck no, am I driving the thing?
My little Okie girl.
And Steve and Gina are in front of us because they know which island we're going to or which restaurant we're going to or whatever we're doing. So they're leading our way. And I wish I had the guts to pull my camera out because I wanted to film it because all I kept thinking was, this is the story. Steve and Gina are in front of us. They're leading the way. They're leaving the path for us. And I can watch them bump and go crazy with the big waves. Kevin knows how to tuck and drive, so he doesn't have to hit the big waves. They were leading it. They were in front. They were taking all the hits, and we were getting to ride behind them. All of us here, they're taking the hits and the bumps, being the first ones out there, putting the check for this event, doing everything to bring us all here. We get to ride behind them, guys. Is that not awesome?
Hey, I want to add one thing to that. Not for 1 second did Steve Merritt let off the throttle. He's not waiting for us. Okay? Hammer down, get right in behind, and go, go, go. What we're going to do next, we have an amazing panel coming up. We're going to get to hear from some doctors. They're going to bless us with why they are involved, what it is that they see, why they impart this product with their patients. You guys ready for this?
I got a feeling. Put your hands together for Dr. Larry Brisant, vascular surgeon, Dr. David Jane, MD, Dr. Tony Smith, DC Sports Medicine chiropractor, Dr. Roger Fitz, optometrist, Dr. Catherine Espana, MD pediatrician, Dr. Jen O'Sullivan, naturopath, and Nan Wilson, nurse practitioner. All right, guys. We got it. Okay, we got a stool, guys. Sharon, okay, perfect. Hey, can you give up a hand for these doctors to share with every one of us? And our goal for this panel is to raise all of our belief level on the X39. Not like we don't have enough belief on the X39, but we want to hear more, don't we? I mean, and these guys are willing to share, and I just love the fact that they're volunteering. They're all experts in their field, and they're incredible. So we're excited to be sharing with every one of you tonight what this X39 technology, this wearable device is doing for people and why. So we're going to start with Dr. David Jane, who's an MD. Welcome this evening, Dr. David Jane.
Thanks, Steve.
Right?
It's a pleasure being here.
Where are you from, by the way?
Edmond, Oklahoma.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your practice, Dr. Jane?
I've been practicing over 30 years. I've been trained in family practice, but I do a lot of out-of-the-box things, acupuncture, hormone therapy, etc., aesthetic procedures. I have more of an open mind than most of my compatriots. Probably doesn't apply to anyone up here.
I'm sure it does.
So my practice is eclectic.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit if you were skeptical. We want to hear if you were skeptical when you heard about this technology.
Well, when I had a patient walk in and hand me a sleeve of patches and said, you have to use these and you have to use them in your patients. And it's a patient I've taken care of for a very long time. So I thought, well, what is it first? So I looked at the information and I'm sorry, but that little tiny patch I don't know what percentage of my body surface area it is, but it's 0.000 some percent. And I read, well, it reflects the infrared energy we emit back into us, and then it has your body do these things. And I thought, well, there's no way it could hurt. That energy was just in my body a few seconds ago or a few nanoseconds ago, and it's going back in. And you just handed me a month's worth of patches. Why not? Right? And I do acupuncture, which this is really based off of. All those points on your body are very powerful. And the Chinese have used needles and heat and several different ways to stimulate them. This is just another way. But I didn't understand until I got into it how it all works. But I can tell you one thing, it works.
Wow. All right. We got Dr. Jan O'Sullivan here, a naturopath. And I'm going to ask her, what would you say to someone who claims X39 has just got a placebo effect? As a doctor, I want to hear that from a doctor.
It's an interesting thing because a lot of doctors say that, oh, it's just placebo, it's all in your head. Well, we've got a 96% effective rate. And I've found in my own clientele that when I have somebody that's not seeing results, it's because they're doing it wrong, you know? They're not hydrating. We just work with them and then they see results. And there's nothing on the planet like this. Nothing. Nobody has anything like this. And so when we get that patch on them, it works, right? And this is it, literally. It's the thing that has completely reshaped my entire practice.
Through lab work, do you do lab work at your practice? Okay, tell us through lab work what you've seen results with the X39.
It's varied. I mean, everyone is different and it's exciting because when we start to see people have things happen that other doctors will say, it's impossible. I've actually had some of my clients say that their different doctor that they went to see would say, we messed up on the labs before. Well, labs don't lie. So if the labs before were bad and the labs now are good and all they changed was a patch, then of course it's working.
Wow. Thank you. Again, this is incredible. We're hearing from doctors telling all of us what they are seeing. So we got Dr. Larry Priest-on. Where are you from again, Dr. Priest-on?
I'm from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Thanks for being here. Scottsdale, Arizona. All right. So Dr. Priest-on, tell us how many years you've been in practice and were you skeptical when you first heard of this technology?
Well, I've been in practice for over 40 years and I was very skeptical when I first heard about it.
Okay, and what changed? What was kind of over a weekend? Basically, Dr. Priest-on and I have been friends for about 28 years. He's a vascular surgeon. Dean has been a flight attendant. She's been going to him for her veins for years since she was in her 20s. So we have a relationship with Dr. Priest-on and his wife, Leslie, which is a very important thing that starts the process to get to sponsor a doctor. Usually you have to have a friendship most of the time, or a cousin or a brother or some relative, but that's very important. But even though we were friends, he was still skeptical. Tell us what happened and what changed your mind.
Well, I was so skeptical, I just said, absolutely no, right off the bat. And because of our long history with Steve and Gina, and the amount of trust we had in them as people, I decided to do some research. So I delved into tons of research and I would email copies of the articles to Steve and Steve replied back, thanks very much, but all these articles are on the website. You could have gone just there. But I've been using light-based therapy in my practice, doing some aesthetic and anti-inflammatory procedures for almost 20 years. And so I knew all about the effectiveness of near-infrared light. I knew about the therapeutic window, and I knew how good it was to help the body heal itself. What I couldn't wrap my head around was how you could shrink it into a little patch. So I said, I'll try it for a month. And after 2 weeks, I decided we're all in.
2 weeks. So wasn't no perfect call. He was skeptical. So when people say they're skeptical, we're hearing that across the board of doctors saying they're skeptical. It's just a matter of teaching what we talked as far as revisit and follow up with the doctors, just like you do with any prospect. You follow up and sooner or later, they're going to see what you see. It's just a matter of time as they go through the process of doing their research. So we've got Dr. Tony Smith. All right, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. Thank
He
you.
just flew in here from California. I know that. So it's exciting to have him on the panel. Tell us a little bit about your practice and what kind of attracted you after you did some research. Were you skeptical? What kind of got your attention of the X39?
Well, I'm actually in a multidiscipline facility with the orthopedic surgeons, podiatry, pain management, general physicians, and I do chiropractic, sports rehab. So in regards to light therapy, I've been using it for almost 20 years now in different forms of light therapy. So I was familiar with it, but then to see it actually being implemented through a patch, you know, to harnessing our light energy to activate regenerative systems in our body, that's powerful. It's one of the most powerful breakthroughs I've ever seen in health and wellness or regenerative medicine. And so I think it's something that everybody could utilize and everybody could benefit from. And so what I love about the X39 is that it works throughout the body. It's not one specific organ, one specific region, one specific joint or anything. It's systemic. And that's the thing, is when you place it on somebody, you never know what it's going to touch. I put it on people for their low back and they end up having blood pressure lower, cholesterol lower, you know, liver function improved. So many different systems are activated in regenerative properties and things going on. And so it's powerful. And I think everybody in this room, everybody across the country should utilize this. There's nobody should, because I don't know if I could say this, stem cells are life, right? If we don't have stem cells, active stem cells, we don't have life. And so this patch gives life. I truly believe it gives life.
So this is why we are seeing, tell me if I'm right, we're seeing so many different testimonies because everyone has a different ailment and a different organ. I mean, if stem cells make up every organ in the body, am I right?
There's not a structure, blood cell, anything that didn't start from a stem cell. So when those start to diminish and decline, life diminishes, declines. So everything starts at a stem cell. And when you can activate those systems again, or regenerative, life happens. You know, you bring health and wellness comes back into vision. So.
All right, thank you so much. See, we're learning. It's incredible. Now, Nan, I'm going to ask you a question. Were you skeptical when you first heard about the X39? And tell us how I actually was at a meeting just recently, and your patients were there. Were they the ones that kind of convinced you? Because their testimonies are incredible. Tell us a little bit.
Was I skeptical? Oh my gosh. So one of my friends at work said, "Hey, have you heard about this thing?" And I said, "No, I haven't." She's like, "Let me send you some information." I said, "Okay." So we started a conversation. I said, "Send me more information. Send me more information." She kept sending me videos. She kept sending me articles, sent me to the This Is It website. And I just dug in deep. I'm that. Show me all the evidence. I want this evidence-based. This has got to work. So doing the research, seeing patients still, a couple of my patients came in and they're like, I started doing this patch thing and I've noticed this and I've noticed that. And I'm like, okay. Still researching, still learning. She wouldn't let me go. So another one of my patients came in and we had been working pretty intensely with several different scary types of disease processes, for lack of anything else to say about it. And she walked in and she sat down and I was dumbfounded. I looked at her and literally leaned across my desk and I said, "What are you doing?" And she just smiled and she goes, "X39, baby." One of the cool things that we do in our office is called a Zytoscan. So it's kind of based on Chinese medicine. It reads frequencies through the body and it can it will tell you what's out of balance based on what the frequency it says. And then it makes recommendations for supplementation or further testing or whatever's needed to be done. And this one particular patient said, "I just scanned with Dr. D a couple of days ago, and he took me off of $500 a month worth of supplements. And the only thing she had changed was she added X39.
That's incredible. Thank you so much, Nan. Dr. Fitch, if you could pass the microphone to Dr. Fitch. He's an optometrist. tell us how many years you've been in practice.
48.
48 years. So he should know something. All right. Tell us a little bit, because we're hearing numerous testimonies, including myself and my wife, many of my friends and relatives on their eyes. Why are we seeing these incredible testimonies on our eyes?
20% of the heart output goes through the eyes. So the amount of nutrition that's needed is huge. So this X39 helps to improve that.
Wow.
And then your number one thing you have is your vision. So light therapy, eye doctors have been using light therapy for over 100 years. So when my sponsor said, I have something for you that uses light therapy, I had worked using light therapy on her son who had a concussion. So it immediately, oh, this is cool. And it made full sense what David Schmidt has done. As soon as I saw what this was, it made full sense to me. Like, this has to work. And I have patients this one patient I want to tell you about. She's the wife of an itinerant Baptist pastor, and she has retinitis pigmentosa. And that's your peripheral vision is collapsing, and she's just tunnel vision. And it was getting to the point she couldn't recognize people, just this little window, and she was losing her peripheral. I put her at 4 months on the X39. She's now seeing faces more, and she's more able to see her iPad. We've given her a lot back. So that's fabulous. So the X39 is the ability for the retina to hold its future and regenerate. And it's fabulous.
Wow. I want to thank you, Dr. Fitch, for being open-minded, because if it wasn't for you to say yes, think about all these people you're talking about wouldn't have a better quality of life. That's what we're talking about, a better quality of life. And all the doctors that are up here, that they've been open, their heart was open to listen. That's incredible. Thank you, everybody. But thank you, Dr. Fitch, right? Let's go to, how about Catherine or Dr. Espana, right? Okay, did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. She's an MD. She specializes in pediatric medicine. So tell us a little bit. I heard that you were skeptical. Your husband's an OBGYN. I heard he was skeptical. The whole family was skeptical. What happened and what turned your guys' thinking around?
Yeah, so I got a call from a friend from Puerto Rico, and she said, I don't know what this is, but something's going on in Puerto Rico, and people are wearing this patch thing, and I want you to look at it as a doctor and tell me if you think it's legit. So this was honestly probably like 8 months ago. And when I first barely looked at it, I was like, no, it's not legit. This is like voodoo medicine. So I was like, sorry, girl, but keep looking. So I ignored her. And then she called me in November, 2 months later, says, I joined the company. I go, what do you mean you joined the company? She goes, yeah, I joined the company because my mother-in-law is all messed up. She has 1,000 things wrong. If it works for her, then this is going to work. I said, okay, well, let me know. And she called me during Christmas break. I was actually in Canada on vacation, and she said, my mother-in-law came. She wants more patches. She's sleeping better. She has more energy. Her joints don't hurt. And I was like, okay, well, send me some of this. I'll try it. So she sent it to me. I started reading the This Is It page, started reading a little bit more about copper peptides. And I was one of those in 3 days. I noticed a difference. I was a ballerina before I was a doctor, and I have really bad just joint issues because of that. And within 3 days, my joints weren't hurting anymore. So I gave the rest of the patches to my mom to try. And she also has issues with her joints, and she started noticing things too. So then phototherapy to me, it's funny because as doctors, we're very skeptical. But I've been using phototherapy. I mean, I've been in practice for 18 years, and we use phototherapy in babies all the time. And I never even ask, or because it's in a medical book. So I knew that you put these babies in this blue light, and by a miracle, they start getting rid of the jaundice and they get better. But I never asked, honestly, why or how it works. I just sort of believed it because another doctor told me how to do it. And that's, A, B, and C, that's what you do. So after that, I started thinking, well, if it works for that, then it's got to work for all these things. And so when you read the science, I mean, it just makes sense. And I've been really new. I've only been doing this for 4.5 months, but the results I've seen around on all ages, kids, adults, and any age, are amazing. So this stuff it's legit.
Wow. Thank you so much. Give her a hand, Bridget. Give us that. Okay. Dr. Tori Brooks, right next to me, specializes in sports medicine, a chiropractor. Tell us a little bit how you explain the X39 technology. Explain it to folks so that they can understand it. Tell us, a little bit more about it in a deeper sense.
Just the physiology of the way it works. I just explain it to how the sun hits your skin and it converts cholesterol into vitamin D.
Yeah.
Similar thing. And it's non-transferable patch. And it's
Wow.
able to reflect the wavelengths from the ingredients that are in it that are proprietary. It goes back into your skin and it will activate the GHK copper peptides.
Can you guys do that? Come on, they say that we read that slide. I mean, it's just exactly what the doctor is saying, the same thing. So think about it, Dr. Espena is like doing it. She's doing it. She didn't even know she's doing it to the babies. Think about this. I'm glad that they're up here sounding very, smart, but they're also being real with us. They're just like us. They're learning and learning this technology. What about athletes? Can this benefit athletes?
Absolutely. When I got this, a buddy of mine of 47 years, he's the head of sports medicine at a D1 school in Houston. He has been using the patches. He sent them over to me and said, I want you to do some protocols on some patients. And I was in the process of selling my practice. And so after the 25th year of practice, he gives it to me now. Anyway, so thanks. What do I do with this? So I applied it and miracles were happening. Wow. And then even for myself, after 2 weeks of using the patch, my sleep apnea was gone. And my wife was like, hallelujah, and so were the neighbors. But it's been such a dream. I tell you, I was blessed with this device from my friend from the university in Houston with a device from the space program.
Yes.
I treated 2 NBA players with it several years ago. And within 3 weeks, they referred me to 13 teams. And then it went into the NFL, Major League Baseball, hockey, Olympics, the whole deal. I treated, I don't know, probably 1,000. Crazy. And but it's a hard life, East Coast, West Coast, and the whole deal. And then after that, kids came, and I said, money or family. Changed my phone number, moved to Tucson where I played football.
Yeah.
And hid from them.
Yeah.
And anyway, grew my practice inside 4 walls.
Yeah.
And it became a cage to me. And so to have this opportunity for me, I'm living life, baby. Changing lives. And if I had a choice, Steve, between my device that I had that's from the space program, if I had that or these patches, I'm taking the patches. That's how powerful this is.
Wow. Incredible. I got a good question for Dr. O'Sullivan. Okay. We're hearing about other patches, companies that are touting that they got patches, competitors. This does come up, by the way. When someone starts having success, people start trying to duplicate or copycat. Gene and I experienced this in the past, but you got to educate people because 9 times out of 10, it's not the same thing at all. But the problem a lot of times with your newest brand partner or distributor, they can kind of be convinced. Maybe they're not here. Maybe they're not going to hear what Dr. O'Sullivan is going to tell us, but she's done her research. So let's listen to hear what she has seen from other patch companies that say they have something very similar, or even they say better than the X39. Tell us what you've done and seen in your research.
It's a great question because I get that question all the time. Well, I heard about this, I heard about that. Won't mention names, but I've done the research on them, and I mean, I've used them because I'm that person that wants to guinea pig it. It's not the same, not even close. But there's many companies, by the way, that claim they're beta blockers. Do you guys know what that is? They literally brain map block something in your brain to make it block. But the moment you take those off, all the things come back. So the issue is, are we working with something that's going to be more permanent? Or are we working with something that you're just going to have to keep using? We want to keep using this, right? But at the end of the day, no one on the planet, like I said, has something like this. And it's not 9 times out of 10, it's 10 times out of 10. You're never going to find anything like this. And they're coming out, and you're like, okay, let's look into the next one. And it's not the same. And I say, I've looked into it, and I'll tell you exactly how to tell people. You say, it doesn't heal, it blocks, it beta blocks.
Power. Thank you so much. Wow. Let's go back to Nan Wilson, who is a nurse practitioner. She has done a lot of research on collagen, and we've heard that the X39 can increase collagen. Tell us if it does, if that's true, and how important is collagen? You know, all of us hear about collagen, but how important is it? I will tell you one thing. It's a lot easier than trying to stir up the powder, okay? Just putting a patch on, if it is important. So tell us a little bit.
So what the X39 does is it stimulates the peptide GHK-Cu, which in turn stimulates collagen production. Collagen, when we're young, makes up 30% of the body's protein. Protein that's used to build muscles, to build bones. It helps with skin. It helps with hair growth, with nail growth. Collagen, y'all, is like the matrix that holds the body together. So as we age, it is natural and normal for collagen production to reduce because the peptide reduces. So that's why we start to see things like sagging skin, hair loss as we go through hormonal changes in life. You know, you get joint problems. You know, my husband is a perfect example. He's been in law enforcement for 38 years. And, you know, they carry around a lot of extra gear on a daily basis, 30 to 35 pounds. We started these patches Tuesday. We got his MRI results back on Wednesday. He's got bone on bone. He said, crap, I gotta have surgery. I was like, no. I said, let's see what this does. So he said, okay, well, he was putting them here, and he did that for about a week. And then we heard somebody else talk, and they said, well, I just put it on the joint that hurts. I said, try it. He put it on his hip. He came home from work. I said, and? He said, probably about 70% better. So I was like, okay. I said, keep doing it. Less than 4 days, no lie. Pain was gone, 100%. I came home early from vacation to be here tonight. He's still on the beach. We've been able to walk on the beach 2 miles every morning because this hip doesn't hurt.
Wow. Thank you, Nan. I mean, give it up for her leaving vacation to be here with you. All right. And again, another person, now a new friend, because we've met and we're having fun together, is that he's walking the beaches, a better quality of life. It's incredible. Dr. Jane, I got a big question for you. I know that you injected in your practice peptides, and tell us a little bit what happened with the FDA with peptides and how important this GHK copper peptide is in our bodies. Can you tell us a little bit, because this has been your specialty?
Yeah, so the first week of October last year, the FDA unilaterally declared 12 or 13 peptides that I'd been using for 8 years with great response, that they were unsafe. But they provided no studies, no adverse reactions, no hospitalizations, no death, no justification. They just did it because it was starting to erode on pharma's business. So fast forward to the middle of November when my patient came in and gave me my ultimatum. And by the way, I was very skeptical, but I knew it wasn't going to hurt me.
Yeah.
So I'm like her, I'm a guinea pig. Yeah. I'll give it a try. So I started using the patch in all the patients that couldn't get peptides anymore. And I'm seeing similar effects, but in a lot of cases, better. Because not every peptide had the same general effect. But this affects your stem cells, which fix everything. So go to the source. Rather than picking peptides that do individual improvements in enzymes or chemical processes, let's go to the top. Fix the stem cells, you fix everything.
Wow. Thank you so much. Was that incredible? Hey, can we give it up to all these doctors for sharing with us to get our belief level back up? I mean, that's amazing. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to share. Appreciate it.
Tonight, great man. It's the right time. Tonight, we're gonna have a really good time.
Question for you. If your doctor believes, you've got to believe. And the question you got to ask is, why wouldn't you believe? These guys are on board. There are not many people that aren't on board with the amazing technology. Thank you to all the doctors. Thank you for Steve for getting those questions out. You guys feel blessed with what we're hearing from these physicians today, medical practitioners taking care of us. Hey, our next speakers, oh my gosh, are they dynamic. The energy is through the roof. The encouragement, the strength, and the wisdom that they teach their team with is going to bless you.
Yeah.
Having a good.
Oh, this is a spunky bunch right here. Y'all make some noise for Scott and Renita Brannon.
Don't drop the ball. Yes. Don't stop the ball. Hey. That's right. Looks good. You guys are hot. You guys are hot. That looks. You got it. You got it. Woo. Good job. You got- Hey, you guys, God bless you. You know, there's an old saying that says, get them to move and then teach them something. Do you guys know that? So movement actually gets some blood flow to your brain. I thought some of you were getting a little dormant back in the corner over there. Just saying, just saying.
So, hey, like they said, we're Scott and Renita Brannon from Bismarck, North Dakota. An absolute honor and privilege to be here with all of you. We want to start tonight by thanking Steve and Gina Merritt.
We love you.
We want to thank the entire Merritt family. They're just
So hard
absolute
workers.
champions. We want to thank all of our team and everybody in this room for the sacrifices, the time, investment, and resources that you used to get yourselves here. So congratulations.
Yeah,
to all.
thank you. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
we just also want to real quickly thank everyone who's working really hard, all the volunteers, everyone who's on staff.
Yeah,
To put
amazing.
this together, it's absolutely amazing.
Totally amazing. Yeah. We love you guys. We want to thank our three sons. They're here tonight, Botru and Rocco. Give them a little love, guys. Woo! We got an SPD and some future SPDs. It's funny. Our middle son, Truett, he signed up a billionaire on the plane. He sat in first class. And all of a sudden I heard him talking and I thought, uh-oh. And then 3 hours later, he's like, Mom, the billionaire that I sat next to, his wife has back pain and we got him on the patches.
He's in.
So, I mean, if our kids are signing up people on the plane, trust me, you can do this business. You've overcomplicated it.
So quick picture. Let me ask you guys, anybody want to go on a date night with your spouse in Bora Bora?
Oh!
If you have kids, if you have a family, do you want to travel the world and have fun? So we have Bo, Truett, and Rocco, and Renita and I here having some fun in Bora Bora, of course, representing.
The jet ski. So the first time we went on the jet skis in Bora Bora, our middle son Truett led. And so he cranked on the gas and we were flying at 60 on these jet skis. And I was like, thank God I've got patches on because I didn't know what was going to happen. But we had the time of our lives in Bora Bora. We're so grateful for LifeWave, you guys. You know, I am a trip winner. I am a trip winner. Are you guys trip winners? Okay, let's say this with me. I am a trip winner.
I am a trip winner.
We've not won a trip since we've been here. We got in and we won the first trip to where'd we go?
Costa Rica.
And my boys, you know, when somebody said earlier on one of the panels, tell your kids your dreams because the boys are like, when's the next trip, Mom? When's the next trip, right, guys? These guys are so fired up. We're getting ready for Greece. Greece. I walk around the house saying, Greece, 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 Greece. You know how that song, shots? I say it with Greece. Anyway, and so the boys are fired up and they are holding us accountable and they all will be SPDs.
So we have the opportunity to talk to you about believing the impossible. And of course, we kind of, in the world that we live in, right? So we want to talk about what's impossible, but we want to talk about that I am possible, that you are possible.
Yeah,
right?
say it out loud. I am possible. Yeah, and here's the thing, guys. We love the Lord Jesus with all of our hearts. Like, we know where our power comes from. We got the natural, but we're like infused with the super. You know what I'm saying? The supernatural. So, but a couple of key verses. We still know that I am God, right? In Psalm, and also I am has sent me unto you. I am that I am. There's a lot of I ams going on in Scripture. Do you guys know this? The most important thing that you guys realize is who you are. And it was interesting because I was listening to Steve and Gina earlier. They are constantly. You don't even know you're doing this, but this is why you guys are such champions. They constantly are saying, I am, I am, I am. When you say I am, it's actually a resounding belief that you have about yourself. Okay, do you guys know this? So I want to tell you, when you complain, and the reason I'm saying this is because how many of you say, I am fat? Anybody say that? Don't clap it. I am sick. Look at my body. I am broke, right? I am tired. Like Gina says, you're not tired, right? Right? And so I am, sometimes we say the derogatory. Are any of you guilty with that? Don't raise your hands. Are you guilty? You know who you are if you're saying that I am. I am not good at sales. I'm not good at sales, right? Have you heard these? This is all the truth. Do you guys know that when you complain, T. Harv Eker says you become a walking, talking crap magnet? Have you heard that before? Is this up on the screen? Can they see the first one? Did you go back? Did you skip it?
Forward only.
It's forward only. Oh no. Okay, well back it up.
But Renita,
back that
so
train
we
up.
have a choice, right? So we can be positive, right? Like Steve and Gina are such good examples of that. Or we can complain and we can be crap magnets. Doesn't sound very good, right?
No.
But complaining is the absolute worst possible thing that you can do for your health and your wealth. And you have a choice. Be intentional with what comes out of your mouth, right?
Absolutely. Okay, so no one wants to be a crap magnet, right? Okay, so we gotta, it's like turn the frequency. You're on the AM, we gotta turn it over to the FM, right? The radio station. So my question is what are you telling yourself that isn't aligning with the abundant life God has promised you? And I'm not gonna get too into every scripture, but John 10:10 is pretty cool because it says the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Okay? He's killing families. He's killing finances. He's destroying your dreams, right? But I have come, Jesus says, to give you life and give it to the fullest. Okay? Who's living that abundant life? And if you're not, the question is what is holding you back from that? What are you saying? Your mouth is like a rudder. It's like a rudder on a boat. Okay? So whatever you're saying is literally directing that boat. The question is where are you headed? I mean, are you on the Titanic with your rudder? Come on, some of you, right? So,
and the truth is, right, things happen, right? So things happen to us and they're not always positive, right? But it's our choice whether or not and how we carry that into our conscious and our subconscious. So we're going to talk a little bit about the truth and reinforcing you believing here tonight, okay?
Yeah, because we all have those conscious and subconscious statements that we're saying constantly. We're saying it all day long. I've been so acutely aware when I'm in conversation today, listening to the I am statements of everybody I'm talking to, because they all tell me about themselves like in 5, 10, 15 seconds, they're I am statements. And I noticed some of them are not aligning with abundance. So we're going to have to pull it in and get a little bit more mindful, right? Remember that old saying your mom said when you were a kid? Watch your mouth. Did your mom ever say that? When I was a kid, I once got my mouth washed out with soap. Did that ever happen to any of you guys? Oh my gosh, one time she used lava soap. Do you know that one? Dial and lava. Bad news bears. Anyway, the truth is, I am made in the image of God. How many of you believe that? I want you to clap. Okay? And if we're really believing that we're made in the likeness and image of a God who loves us, my question is are we aligning our mouth to that? Or are we seeing a different story out of our mouth, right? So God said in Genesis, let us make man in our image to be like us. You guys literally have the Spirit of God living in you. I mean, are we talking like it is my question? Are you guys talking like it? Like, let me just have a really serious question. Are you talking like it? Come on.
Okay, I know Steve and Gina are, but the rest of us, we need to really, really start to like literally with a little magnifying glass, our mouth, because, and we've got to get conscious of it, right? Because our thoughts are coming in all the time. It's like this, right? And what comes out of your mouth is actually your decision to open the hatch, right? It just doesn't come in and go out. You have to actually, you entertain it for a split second and then it comes out, right? The bottom line is what's coming out of the mouth, all right? So we wanted to tell you guys because this whole thing is a God appointment. How many of you believe being with LifeWave is a God appointment? And if you don't, I'm about to share with you how it is. So we weren't looking for anything, although maybe kind of we were, but not really out loud. Long story short, I was seeking a solution for my mom and dad, my aging parents' health. How many of you have aging parents in the house? Okay. How many of you are seeking solution for a loved one? A health solution. I'm a health coach for 25 years, so I was looking for a health solution, right? And so the funny thing is sometimes you're arrogant and you're not ready. So I was actually sent the patches, a whole sleeve of X39 a year before I signed up. I looked at the patch and I said to Scott, what is this little plastic Band-Aid gonna do? And I threw the sleeve, the $100 sleeve that someone gave me into the garage. Can you imagine? I was not ready to receive it. Now I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna talk to people every day that are not ready to receive it. And some of you are wasting too much energy on those people because they're not quite ready to receive it yet. Okay, so you're gonna have to get good at discerning who wants it, who doesn't want it, who am I having to talk into this too much, right? Long story short, a year later, this is the timeline of God. Get this, because you cannot undermine the timeline of God. So Scott and I were praying and we had been dealing with my mom and my dad. My mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's 7 years ago. I'm always seeking alternative solutions. We had gone to Mayo Clinic at first and it was diagnosed and adios. And that was unacceptable for me because I believe I believe in the kingdom of heaven on earth. And I believe that we can all be healed in the name of Jesus. And I believe there's actually solutions to everything. The Lord actually told me about 8 years ago, quit focusing on problems, focus on the solutions, Renita. And it switched my mind because, and how many of you are focused on the problems, customer service, this, that, and figure it out. You're a leader. Start focusing on the solutions, guys. Anyway, back to this, mom and dad looking for solutions for their aging bodies. A friend of mine out of Canada had sent me, she's called me up. She said, you gotta use these patches on your mom. I said, what are they? She said, it's a phototherapy patch. She said, it really helped my neighbor lady. She said, there was downright miracles that happened with my neighbor lady. And I said to her, her name was Doris, she was a nurse. I said, Doris, you had me at miracles. How many of you know miracles are a currency in LifeWave? Raise your hand. We don't have the currency of fear here. This is not a fear. We have the currency of miracles. You borrow my miracles until you get your own, and then I want to use yours too, okay? How many of you got miracles? Raise your hand if you got a miracle happen. Look at the room. Amazing. So talk to them about dad.
Well, I'll set it up. So Renita vaults out of bed. I know this is going to be hard for you to believe, but every morning she literally vaults herself out of bed. It's like, holy smokes, Renita, can we just kind of work our way into the day? No, she's super. The energy that she has is really authentic, right? So, you know, it's a blessing. So this morning she's vaulting out of bed, kind of normal so far, right? But then she stands up and she says, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. And I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I'm like, what are we saying yes to? And she says, I heard an audible voice. You are entering an abundant season of miracles. And so I said, yes, Lord. And so what we did then as a couple, and this is really key, is we became united in our purpose, in our goals, right? And we stepped into it fully. And
unity is going to grow your community. You better get united with your spouse. You better get united with your team. You better get on the same page. But my dad, so that was July 3rd. Oh my gosh. July 3rd, 2020. Oh my gosh, we haven't even done anything. July 3rd, 2022. July 3rd, the Lord said that to me. I was reporting for duty. Like I didn't take it lightly. I wasn't like, maybe I heard something. What was that? I was like, no, the Lord spoke to me and said, you're entering an abundant season of miracles. So now on a daily basis, when the people say be a realist, we are. Be realistic. Expect miracles. So that's where we are with this thing.
Hey, and so let's ask all of you here, what would your life look like if you expected miracles to happen every single day? What would your life look like if you went out and when you talked to someone, you expected them to say yes, you expected them to be in your business and have amazing results?
Yep.
And what would your life look like?
Yep. So I'm gonna get through this quickly because this is so powerful. And we did this all morning for 3 hours You could not miss this because it's for you today. Manifest and create your empowered life with I am statements. And I had this funny idea to put a little dollar sign there because I thought that was really like, you know, subliminally telling you something. All right. But
And we're going to move super quick
Okay,
through this,
I am.
but we want you to participate because this is for you. Okay.
It's participation for you. I am is how you direct the creative energy of God in your life. When you say the words I am, you are literally pulling out the heavenly realm. Do you guys know that? So we've got to be very mindful again. I am cements your concept of yourself. So whatever you're saying I am about right now, I'm overworked, I'm so busy. You all know what you're saying. I don't need to tell you. You know what you're saying. Ask your spouse, ask somebody sitting next to you. But you got to get this on the right track. Now we're going to get on the right track. I want you to say this out loud with me. And I want you to stand to your feet and do it. I am a miracle maker.
I am a miracle maker.
I am
A miracle maker. I am a miracle maker.
Sit back down. So keep going. Create your abundant life with the I am statement. So it's all coming down from the conscious. The conscious is me sitting here, guys, right? The subconscious is your emotional realm. The emotional side of you is controlling too many of you in the wrong direction. Let me just say it. Because what happens is when you get emotion, you get reactive, and then you're complaining and you become a crap magnet. It just goes from bad to worse, right? So what's happening is your conscious is what you're deciding to do. The subconscious is actually the emotional state that you're in. Now, that's great if the emotional state that you're in is positive and life-giving and God-loving. It's perfect. But if it's the opposite, then it's not. So I want you, again, stand to your feet and say with me, I am a healing machine.
I am a healing machine.
I am a
Healing machine. I am a healing machine.
Sit back down, okay? Go ahead, Scott, because he's the money man. Go ahead.
I just wish.
Oh, no, we got to say that one.
Okay. Repeat after me.
Gina, give me
I create wealth every day.
Great.
I'm financially free. I create wealth every day. I am financially free.
I am financially free.
And it's really important when you manifest things that sometimes if you say something that you don't truly believe in, it's interesting because sometimes people say, well, I'm manifesting or I'm trying to create these things in my life, but it's not working. I'm getting the opposite. And so yourself will doubt what you're saying if you don't believe it yourself. And so what you can do is just a little trick. You can say in the morning, if you're starting to create or manifest some things during the day, you can say, I'm going to spend a little bit of time imagining what it would feel like to be financially free. I'm going to imagine what it feels like right now to go out today and with intention and power and purpose, create wealth for my friends and wealth for my community and wealth for the world, right? So if you're imagining it, you want to feel what that feels like, right? And then you start to do it because you got to believe what you say. And if you don't believe what you say, it's very difficult to create those things and manifest those.
Okay, so sometimes you're using your imagination. You guys got that key point? You're using your imagination for the goodness of God. You're not using your imagination for bad things. Okay, you're always imagining the positive. What's the best in store? What's God got in store for me today? So here's the thing. You create powerful results with these I am statements. So you have to decide where you want to go, then speak on purpose and with laser-like precision. This cannot be like a mediocre, 1 foot wishy-washy. I remember when 45 days in, I stood on that stage at that LifeWave convention. And by the way, it was like 1,800 people and 80% were doctors. And I thought, gosh, no one here knows how to build a network because Steve and Gina had just got on board and brought us all on board. I'm standing there and this lady, she called me up and she muscle tested me. And I said, I am a senior presidential director. And I got weak. She goes, oh, you don't believe it. Oh, you don't believe it. And she was muscle testing a bunch of us on stage. This is the first convention we went to with LifeWave. And then she went down the row and she said, she got to me and she said, tell me why you're in LifeWave. Why do you love LifeWave? I said, I am so thankful for LifeWave. It healed my dad's legs in 1 day. I said, it changed my mom's life with her Parkinson's. She's walking, talking, her teeth are better, her gait's better. She's buttering her own toast again. I said, I mean, we're helping all of our friends. We're getting to see miracle after miracle after miracle. And I just was naming them one after another. And she said, she said, muscle test again. I said, I am a senior president. And the woman, she could have done a pull off my arm. She goes, I think you're going to do it. Do you know that because I said it was going to happen in 15 days. We were at 130,000 points, Gina. We needed to get to 200,000. 10 senior director. That's a walk in the park. Okay. We had to pull 70,000 points out, you guys, in a short window of time. I'm talking 15 days. And guess what? On the 15th day, we hit just like that. So what? Two final things. Skip that. We don't need to say that. Go Go ahead, Scott. Skip that again. Okay, so I just want to, okay, so no, show them that last one. We're almost done. We're skipping. Yeah, you can't go back. Okay, no back. No, go back. I'm just saying to you, there's positive things and negative things. It was so good. It was, oh.
Bam.
Did you get it? Okay. Okay.
Hey, so ask, what is it that you believe, right? Couple minutes, and you can do this, you can practice, you can kind of get involved, right, on your own. But what do you believe? Which statement is true that you see up on the slide, right? Is it that my bank account controls my thinking? Right? My money controls my thinking? Or is it my thinking controls my money? Right? My thinking controls my bank account, right? It's really important to be intentional, get it right.
So what are you telling abundant life? What, like I said at the beginning, what are you saying that's not creating it? Because we all can identify things we're telling ourselves and maybe even telling others every single day, right? Are you guys all, can you guys attest to that? You're probably saying things you probably shouldn't be saying, but we got a little tool to help you to never do that again. Are you guys ready? So it says, what are you, okay, go ahead, Scott.
Well,
no, we can't go back.
Our red light's blinking.
I know, it's blinking. Okay.
I'm kind of a rule follower, and out of the couple here, who do you think is like a pusher?
The red light, I don't.
Okay, it's not blinking now.
Not blinking now. I don't see it.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a little trick, right, that Renita and I learned, and it's been really, really beneficial.
Last thing.
It's been really beneficial to us in our marriage, in our parenting, in our business. Okay. So we want to be deliberate and intentional with our words. So whenever we say something, we want to be able to follow it up with this statement, and that's the way I want it. In fact, after you say something, you should be able to say, and that's exactly the way I want it. So for an example, if I'm complaining about one of my boys not doing something,
yeah,
and I say the complaint,
and that's the way I want it. Oh my gosh, back the train up. Truett, you're excellent at cleaning your room. Get down here and put this stuff away. Let's go. And that's the way I want it.
Yep. So this is going to,
say it with me, and that's the way I want it.
and that's the way I want it.
You have everything that comes out of your mouth. You should be able to say that afterwards. And if not, you literally got to back the train up and say, whoops, I said that wrong, because now I'm calling out the things like from the dark realm, not the heavenly realm. We want to call out the things from the heavenly realm. Are you guys with me on this?
And
Okay.
so why do you need to believe? Why is it so important that Stephen have us here and that you believe? Why is it? It's because you were created with power and purpose. And if you're married, your spouse needs you strong. If you have kids, your kids need you strong, okay? If you're in a relationship, your partner needs you strong. Your community, the world needs you strong.
Yeah.
So if you believe that this is it, stand up and make some noise. Thanks, everybody. God bless you.
Let's go. Make some noise for executive directors all the way from Canada, Alan Sherry Hoover.
Oh, wow, 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 wow. That is bright lights. I feel like a semi's coming right through here. Hey, we're excited to be here tonight. I'm excited you guys are here tonight. We're from Western Canada, British Columbia. Any other Canucks out there? I just have to tell you a couple quick stories. Steve asked me to help you with your phones tonight. Does everybody have a phone? Can you put your phone up in the air for a second?
Put your phone in the air.
Okay, good. Okay, you can put them away. 31 years ago, we got in a vehicle. Sherry and I are just young, just married, quite innocent. Well, I was, but you know, we get in my Volkswagen thing. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. And we got promoted to come to an event in Prince George, BC, Canada. So here's Sherry and I. Our daughter's 11 months. We got babysitters. We got in the car, drove 10 hours straight to go to an event in Prince George, Canada at whatever the hotel was. We're sunburnt. We walk in there. We have these white eyes. And the first people we meet are Steve and Gina Merritt. And we heard all about them. 10 hours we drove.
10 hours.
And the exciting thing about it was we were like, why are we here? What are we doing here?
We just told, we heard these guys are great people. We're going to learn from them how to get free. And we're like youngly married. We were just married and almost newlyweds, but we went there and I'm telling you, we've known these guys. We talked about it last night, 31 years.
Yeah.
We've had trust in these guys for 31 years. Some of you in the room don't even know them. Someone said to me today, I would really like to meet them. We'll go meet them. They're great people. We know
If
we
you
can
can catch Gina.
yeah, we know we can trust them. We knew right from the beginning when they said, we're going to help you. We will help you with this business. And I'm telling you, the results have been amazing. And you know, what they did help was one of the first things. Everybody held up their phone. I didn't see anybody struggling to pick up their phone. I mean, they're light. When Steve helped us with phones back in whatever year that was, 31 years ago. I can't do the math, but 31 years ago, we didn't have the phones that you guys had. We had this flip phone and we thought we were the bomb with this great flip phone and it barely did anything. So, I mean, you get in this business, everybody has a phone. It's light. You can make a call. You can call anybody. Then you get in this business and Sherry, do you want to go get my phone?
Yeah, because you know what? When you start, it's like starting a new job. You know, you don't know where everything is. You know, you're all worried about, all you know is you're looking for the bathroom and where the coffee maker is and, where the clock is so you can get out of there. And we were just like, okay, well, we don't know what we're doing, but they seem to know what they're doing. So we're just going to follow what they do. Because guess what? Friends do what friends do. And you know how you meet people, and like for Steve and Gina, they live a long ways away from us, right? So we were thinking, gosh, you know what I mean? Like these guys, they came a long ways to help us. So we were excited. So I said, Al, okay, get your phone.
Okay, you get in this business. You just held up your little phone. Now you get in this business and now you got to use this big phone. So I don't know, what's the problem with this phone? Well, the problem is your belief. Because you look at this thing and it's like, oh, I'm really scary. Oh. But before you got in this business, you're like, hey, Bill, hey, you want to go play golf? You had no problem getting on the phone. But now you get on the phone and you're like,
terrified.
Hello, are you there? And so guess what? I believe that a lot of people, and I'm not a techie guy, but I believe a lot of people are having problems with the phone.
Yeah.
I had problems with the phone because one, I didn't know what to say.
Steve came to the rink. Al used to work as a Zamboni driver, and Steve came to the rink. They sat inside, and Steve helped him make phone calls. I bet, you know what? I think Steve was even scared. But you know what?
I guarantee he was
He's
scared.
like, you know what? Gina's like, go in there and help him. And he's like, okay. But all we know is that, Steve and Gina, when they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. And I don't know about you, but there's not too many people that you can count on these days that will make things happen and say what they're going to say and really be of their word. Are you having trouble there? Okay. But we're excited for you because this is an opportunity of a lifetime. This has changed our lives. We were out of the industry for 6.5 years. We were done. I was not looking at doing anything else. But you know what God said to me? You're being selfish. You're being selfish because you know what? You've already been able to be retired. Al got to retire 16 years ago. And not to be lazy. We've been had all kinds of opportunities. Look at this thing. It's starting to die. It's not so
guess
scary
what?
anymore.
You're getting a little confidence now because you said, hey, if the Zamboni driver can make a phone call,
Yeah,
you
come
can
on
make
now.
a phone call.
I mean, I tell people, we're the most relatable couple because, you're all polished and you clean up all nice. It's like, you know what? Like anybody can do this. You just got to have a big enough dream to want to do something about it. Just get mad. I'll be honest. I think we're too comfortable. And it's like, sometimes you got to get uncomfortable again because you know what? God said, I'm not done with you yet. Who are you to say that you're retired when you have all these people you love and care about
No, I don't want to pop.
that are not going to, no, put it down.
Okay, this is what we want you to do. Get confidence. If someone in the room is your sponsor, get them to help you make phone calls. Take the script off of the This Is It team site. Use that script. If you're not comfortable with it, do what we used to do. We would talk to each other. I'd phone Sherry and she'd give me some kind of zinger like, what are you doing? Is this illegal? Yeah. Oh, Sherry's gonna pop it. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's almost done.
Now you're being so nice to my phone.
Okay, so we're being kind of silly here, but we're dead serious. You know, you got to get confidence. How do you get confidence? One, by writing a script for yourself or using the script. Be yourself. Be excited. Because guess what? They're not actually hearing the words you're saying.
Your excitement.
They're actually, it's all about your excitement. And if you call them with the need, what might be their need? Oh, Steve really wants to pop that thing. Oh, no. Okay. So guess what? Now Steve's got confidence with that phone. It's just about deflating.
Get out of here. So what he's saying is action conquers fear. We want you to take action. Write your list. You know, team up with somebody and say, hey man, are you really want to make this thing happen or what? Like, you know what? Like, we're willing to link arms with you. Steve and Gina linked arms with us years ago and have never stopped. Have you ever had friends where maybe you don't talk all the time, but when you do and you pick up right where you left off, those are the kind of people. They say what they say they're going to do and they do it. And I don't know about you, but that's not very common nowadays. And you know, I mean, in your work, do you have somebody saying to you, oh, I'm going to come out, I'm going to help you? Nobody's going to help you. They're all going to help themselves, right? So get excited about the opportunity. All we know is we saw years ago, Elle's mom died of cancer. She was 57 years old. I'm 57 years old. That's scary. That's way too young. I got way too much stuff I want to do, help, love, you know, make an impact in life. And I know that Al's dad was 78 when he was diagnosed with leukemia. He died in 10 days. We both looked at each other and said, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to work my whole life waiting to be able to do stuff in your little walker, or I'm going to push you in your wheelchair so we can go to Punta Cana. Who wants to go to Punta Cana not in a wheelchair? Now, you guys, this is it. This is the ticket. I'm telling you, we've done some stuff before and we learned a lot of great stuff. We did get free, but you know what? This is over the top. This is amazing. This patch is going to set people free. It's going to take back their life. It's going to make you just, you're going to hear stories that are going to like, you're just going to blow your mind because you're going to know there's a thin thread and you got to talk to people. Don't be afraid. They're praying for you, an opportunity, your health, your finances. I mean, people here in the United States and Canada, people are suffering. People lost their jobs. People had to change their career. You know, people have their family that are sick. You know, I mean, people that are here that have come here. I'm telling you, if you're a single mom, we got people here that have come, lots of girls here, single moms, kids with special needs. I mean, there's just no excuses. I'm telling you, you just got to start patching people, loving people, and just making it happen. Steve and Gina, we are so thankful for you guys forging the way, going ahead of us. We just can't even begin to tell you how much we love you guys.
And thank you for helping me make calls and having confidence in myself and belief. We appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Steve and Gina Merritt, make some noise.
You know what? The next speaker coming up, this guy is from corporate, and let me tell you what, he works 24/7 for you, 24/7, around the clock, has small children, is from Orlando, Florida, and
Help us welcome from LifeWave. He's actually the regional sales manager for our area, East Coast, and he'll work his tail off to do everything he possibly can do to put every one of us in a position to win. He's got a heart for the This Is It team. That's why he's here. Geraldo Dorelli, get on up here. Get up.
Hey, everybody. Wow. It is absolutely amazing to be here. Steve and Gina, thank you for inviting me to Believe 2024. How's everyone feeling today? Well, I sure know none of you got stuck today, right? Or at least you made it. A few of you got delayed, right? But you made it. We know we've got others that are going to be here by tomorrow. But it's an absolute pleasure to be here with all of you here in Orlando. I officially just received my Florida driver's license. So I can now say, as an official Orlando citizen, welcome to Orlando. Who here's flown in from outside of Florida? Raise up your hands. Let's see. Wow, so many of you. Well, thank you for being here. Being part of LifeWave has been an incredible experience. I've been here just a little over a year. I've been working with the This Is It team since the very beginning. And I have to say, over a decade in this industry, this is one of the most professional teams I have ever worked with. So give yourselves a round of applause. You're truly breaking records here at LifeWave, and we're grateful for everything you're doing every single day. For those of you who have no idea who this crazy Latino is here on stage, let me just give you a quick intro. My name's Geraldo Dorelli. I'm the regional sales manager over the East region of the US. Over a decade in the industry, this is my family. I've got my wife, Mikey, who's originally from Brazil. Any Brazilians here? Yeah, we got Brazilians. Boa noite, tudo bem? I've got my two kids, Lorenzo and Luca, and we love to travel. Our life is about experiences, right? Because at the end of the day, when we're on our deathbed one day, we're going to take with us our experiences, our memories, and we're going to remember the people that we've touched during our lives. And so that's what we do. I want to give my kids an experience of knowing what it's like to see the world. And so we were just recently for my birthday on Easter Island, one of the most remote islands in the world. I don't know if you've seen these Moai statues before, but it's so incredible to see how things like this can last thousands of years. And here we are with Team This Is It. What you're building is truly a legacy. So I want to see this team be as old as the Moai statues, right? So let me just tell you, over the past year, whether it's at our global conference that we had here in Orlando, coincidentally last year, or most recently on our incentive trip in Cancun. Who was in Cancun with us just a few months ago? Awesome. Being able to spend time with all of you and really getting to know each of the leaders in this team has been so amazing to see. That we know at corporate that all of you are in the right hands. You have the guidance and the leadership to take you to whatever your objectives are here at the company. So whether it's on the incentive trips, Steve, Gina, and I, Mike and Sai, we were just in Puerto Rico with other leaders helping to get Puerto Rico launched. Who here's from Puerto Rico? Where are the Boricuas? Boricuas, right there. I see them here. Yeah. And whether it's on Zoom calls or phone calls, every single day, at least in my day, Team This Is It is a big part of that. So what I want to do, because I talk about you guys all the time at corporate, what I want to do is, if you guys can help me, if there's a way we can get the house lights up, we have a little team chat at the office. And on this team chat, we're always sending what's going on, funny jokes, different things. I want to show them what we're doing in Orlando tonight, okay? So if there's a way we can do a quick video, I want to show the entire corporate team how amazing all of you are, okay? So on the count of three, I'm going to start over here. I've got a little bright light here in my face, but we'll see if we can make this work. On the count of three, I need you to do the biggest cheer possible, because this is going to go to the entire corporate team back in Utah and to David Schmidt. So on the count of three, the biggest, loudest cheer possible. 1, 2, 3, go. Amazing. That was awesome. Thank you so much. All right, well, let's talk a little bit of where we're at right now as a company. As you've all probably heard, we have been breaking records. You're going to be hearing directly from our president tomorrow, Meredith Burkett. You're going to have the opportunity of seeing David Schmidt, which is going to be an amazing experience. But just know that our company is breaking records, and all eyes are on LifeWave right now. So to give you an idea, June 2024 was our biggest month ever. And that's thanks to what all of you are doing. But interesting is that 2023, we wrapped up that year as our biggest year ever at about $400 million in sales. That's a big difference compared to about 5 years ago where we were about $25 million in sales. So I don't have to be a math genius to know that that's incredible growth. But let me just say something. 2024, year to date, right now, we're 59% above where we were first half of 2023. Second quarter of 2022, we're already 3% over where we were first quarter of this year. And now second quarter of 2024 is 53% above where we were last year, okay? Well, let me just share something with all of you. We're what, the 20th of July right now, or is it the 19th? I can't remember. 19th. By this time next month, let me just tell you, here in the US, we're gonna be exceeding what we did in the entire year of 2023 in the US. We're gonna be exceeding that coming up this time next month. And that's thanks to what all of you are doing. Let's just show you here. Now we're taking from the company down to the US because we're in the US right now. The US in the first 6 months of 2023 compared to the first 6 months of 2024, we are 189% above where we were last year. How about that? In an industry right now that has been struggling, we've seen companies switching their way of doing business. We've seen people struggling in our industry, and to show that we can be the leaders of this industry. And that's thanks to what this team is doing every single day in the field. So that's a big part of what you're doing. This team just celebrated 2 years as a company. That is only 10% of the history of all of LifeWave. We're celebrating 20 years as a company this year. Let's just show some of the numbers for North America right now. Rank advancements are a big factor of how we can see how a company is progressing. Let's just see what we've done in the first 6 months of 2024. These are the results we've had in rank advancements. I know my good friend Javi Solis, he says you got to become a manager making machine. Where are you, Javi? Right? 3,800 managers in the first half of this year. 573 directors, 65 senior directors, 40 executive directors, 26 presidential directors, and 16 SPDs in just the first 6 months of this year, everybody. Look at that increase compared to the year before. This is working, everyone, and it's what you're doing every single day. First 6 months of 2024, 83,928 new brand partners that are here sharing our mission with the world. So thank you for what you do every single day. Let's just show you just real quickly here. When we look at this graph, just shows a little bit of what the incline is in terms of US sales. I already gave you a lot of the stats, but I want to show you what This Is It is doing and just compare the incline of this graph, okay? We look at US sales as a whole as a company, and this is the This Is It team. That incline is a direct impact of our company. You're outpacing it in this sense as a percentage, the growth of the overall company. Let me just show you this example, just to prove it to you. We have our 20-year cruise, 20th anniversary cruise coming up in 3 weeks. Who's gonna be on that cruise? As a company, we had 119 qualifiers in North America. Let's see how many people from This Is It, how many positions from This Is It qualified for this cruise? 40. So just think, a team that has been around 2 years, happy anniversary, Gina, 2 years, and you're making up 1/3 of total qualifiers for all of North America. Congratulations for what you're doing. But we have Punta Cana coming up, right? So who's gonna be with us in Dominican Republic? I wanna share this picture as I close, everyone. I know we have photographers running around. Anyone here a photographer? See a few hands go up. I absolutely love photography. And most of us, about 83% of the total population in the US, live in densely populated areas. We live in cities. Who lives in a city in here? right? A lot of people. When you look at the sky, that's the sky that you see. You see a few bright stars, maybe a planet or two. And I compare that to the leadership of This Is It. I compare it to the SPDs that you're going to be listening to this weekend, and you've already heard this evening. You're going to hear the leaders of this team. And just like the olden days when sailors used to explore the world and they used to be guided by the stars in the sky. So we look at these leaders and we look at them as our guiding stars, right? They're the ones that are teaching you through their experience, through their failures, through their successes. You are learning from them and being able to apply what you learn in your own business and in your own life. And they will be there to guide you. But I think a lot of the times we look at the sky in these major cities and we have something called light pollution. So light pollution, when you go outside today, if the sky is clear, you're going to see a few stars here and there, but the light pollution, because of the city lights, is going to block out that view for you. You're not going to see the whole picture of the sky. When I was in Easter Island just a couple of weeks ago for my birthday, I had to pull out my camera at 12:30 at night, and I walked out to one of the darkest areas of the island that I was at. And let me show you what the sky looked like that night. That is what the sky looks like when there's no light pollution on one of the darkest islands in the world. One of the most remote places. So what I want to share with this photo is that every single person sitting in this room, you are going to be that guiding star for somebody when you get home. You can either let that light pollution get in the way, you can let flight delays, or you can let, obstacles in life get in your way. But if you allow to get yourself past that light pollution and you allow yourself to grow, learn, apply what you're learning at this convention this weekend, apply it. And what's going to happen is that you're going to be able to share your light and you're going to help people completely change their lives if you get out there and be the light. Have a good night. Thanks, everybody.
Now coming to the stage, y'all make some noise for Mike and Saeed Hernandez.
Yeah, baby. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Turn this mic up, baby. Turn up my mic. Turn up this mic. How's everybody doing? I want to be able to hear myself. How's everybody doing? Come on, guys. My goodness, what an event. My goodness, guys, I'm here sitting here and I cannot believe that 24 months have passed. In a blink of an eye, 24 months have passed and so much has happened. Guys, I feel like it was yesterday when Steve and Gina Merritt called us. Can you please, guys, give it up for Steve and Gina Merritt? But guys, you don't understand the blessing that we have to have leadership like this. I'm telling you right now, I could never, well, here, where are you? I can't say, I got to be careful what I say.
I could.
It would be a challenge. Better? It would be a challenge for us guys to be able to do what these guys do. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to lie to myself. I could not do this, guys. All right? I could not do this. And guys, listen, there's been a lot. We were in Bora Bora. These guys who were out there, they wouldn't come out. They're like, in the huddle. Guys, not only all the time, the energy, the stress, the strategic, guys, you got to cut a $500,000 check to put this thing together. So many people think that these guys make money in this. Let me tell you something. It's always a loss. Always a loss. All right? But they do it anyway. And I thank you and I love you guys. I thank you, love you guys. So listen, we got a couple of minutes for tonight, guys. And I know a lot of you don't know us. By the way, I'm Mike and Saeed Hernandez, right? Saeed Mike Hernandez. Guys, I met this gal when she was 12 years old when I was 15. A lot of you don't know our story, and I'm just going to take 1 minute. High school dropouts. None of us have diplomas. I don't even have a GED, okay? And I'm saying this for a reason. My wife
did go back and get her GD, but we're two high school dropouts, guys. We were picking up garbage at one point before we met this couple, selling at a swap shop, picking up garbage in places where my mom and my mother-in-law used to clean, all right? We figured out that a couple of days of the week, they put out garbage, and I figured out that on Saturdays, you know, they took out the big garbage, and people threw out furniture and toys and a bunch of stuff, and we found an extra way to make money picking up these stuff and selling at a swap shop. And look at us today. Thank you, Lord Almighty. Oh my God. Guys, listen, I now understand why God put us through all this. Because God is going to turn your mess into a message. Today we are as powerful as we are because of everything that we went through. But let me tell you something. I was at a point where I would question God. I would cry. Guys, and I say this because I know a lot of you are in that position, because that was Mike Hernandez, 2006, when I first came into one of these events following Stephen Gina Merritt. They didn't know it, but guys, my goodness, listen, the reason why I only focus on I don't say I only focus, why my majority of my focus is on money, guys, because I know what it's like to have nothing. I know what it's like to have nothing. I know what it's like to sit down and cry and scream at God like, bro, what's going on? Like, what about me? Guys, and I'm saying this, I'm speaking at my heart. Let me tell you something. Right here, I'm going back and forth with Stephen Gina. I'm like, I don't want to speak tonight. I don't want to speak because we got our stuff tomorrow. And I'm here thinking, like, what am I going to say? I'm clueless about what I'm going to say. I just went back there and I said, God, you speak through me. I don't know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm just going to give you what's in my heart. I'm going to talk to you like the coach that I am. I was a baseball coach. And I know I coach kids since the age, my son was 4 to high school. And guys, we're all little kids inside, and we need that coach. And guys, I know that this thing that we have our hands on is what you've been praying for, and you're getting in your own way. You know how simple this is? You're complicating it. Stop it. Stop it. All right? The product works. I have no idea how it works. I don't want to know. I just know that it works. All right? You know what? I was having a talk with my good friend Louis Marcelino, who's on the overflow room, which, by the way, I signed him up a couple days ago, and here he is with his wife. Not only did I sign him up, and here he is with his wife, he signed up his sister the same day, and she's here with her husband a couple days ago. You know what I did? I signed them up to this before they even bought the package. I said, look, you're considering it, right? Yeah. All right. You got to come to this event. I don't want to hear it. You got to come here. Guys, this is simple. You guys are complicating. You're getting in your own darn way. The problem is you're overthinking this thing. This thing works. Go out there and listen. You gotta be motivated. You gotta be encouraged, because guys, we have to bring life into other people. And I know what it's like to be lifeless. All right. And Stephen Gina Merritt and this type of environment brought life and bred who we are right now, because we are not the same people that we were, guys, when we started this industry. Not at all. So, guys, all I'm telling you is you've been praying for an opportunity. God sent it to you. What are you waiting for? Get out of, I'm going to tell you what's holding you back. It's you, my friends. You're overthinking it. You're thinking too much of what people think about you. And you know what? People don't think about you that much. All right? Get out of your own head, guys. Get out of your own heads. And I'm telling you, I speak to people this way, guys, because this is how I speak to myself. I love that Gina Merritt had the courage to sit me down and just speak to me from her heart one time. And that one time where I really had the biggest breakthrough and I understand the importance of these events. Guys, I'm going to speak to you like your older brother, like someone who truly loves you. You have a God-given opportunity, and you're going to let it go right in front of you, guys, because I'm going to tell you something. This opportunity, someone's going to take it and someone's going to run with this. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of us in this room that are going to run with this, with or without you, none of my friends and family members, none of my family members have gotten involved in my business to this day. I went to my brothers because here's the thing about belief. I had no doubt that we were going to do something big with this business. But let me tell you something. I know what it's like to, again, be sitting down, screaming, crying at God. And this gal, she's my freaking rock. You know how someone spoke about building each other up? I don't know where I would be without this gal. She helps me realize the gift that God has given me. You know that? So all I'm saying, anyway, that's up. all I'm saying is this, guys. I know what it's like to be there, and I know we can all get out of it. But the challenge is you, my friends. You have to get so pissed off at yourself. You have to get to the point where you don't give two darns about who sees it, who doesn't, because you know that God is going to put the right people in front of you. And listen, I was talking to, again, my friend Aluno, and I love him because we hadn't spoken in years. I called him 2 years ago when we started doing this. Then I called him 6 months later, then a year later, then six, and all of a sudden he hit me out of the blue, right? So the timing, like you were talking, right? So timing. So I'm sorry, baby. She hasn't even said a word, right? But we're gonna speak tomorrow. You're gonna hear from her. But listen, guys, here's the deal. I told Louis we're going back and forth, right? And I tell Louis, guys, some of you are just missing faith. You got to get closer to God. God, guys, well, you know why I believe? You know why I know that we're here? Because I really, really got close and personal to God. Ask her, I've never chased God as much as I have in these last few years. And I remember I said, God, because you know we've made a lot of money, but let me tell you something. I'm a risk taker, and I've made a lot of mistakes with money, but God has always blessed us. But I remember just talking to God and be like, come on, like, I'll do whatever you want. Like, test me. Guys, you know what? You got to be crazy to build this business, right? Like, you got to be crazy to have this kind of faith in God. And if you're not going to get crazy, you're not going to get to where you want to go. Let me tell you. And in the sense of crazy, because everyone that knows you, you turn the switch on, and people don't know you for this. You're going to seem crazy. You're going to feel crazy. But that's where you need to be in order to get to where you want to go. So this is what I got to say, because I got 50 more seconds. Guys, I've gone to the point where I said, you know what? God, I will be your biggest soldier. You do what I need you to do, and I will do everything you need me to do. You want me to do, right? And guys, I've literally, Louis, this was based on the conversation that you and I had, right? And I don't even know why I'm saying this, but guys, I've been in a public bathroom. I don't talk to the person next to me, Steve. You got me on that, right? But I've been in public bathrooms, and I feel that God tells me, you see all these papers around here? Pick them up. And I'm like, I've burned a lot of brain cells in my days. Back in the days, that was a whole nother life before it was legal. So I'm like, is this God or is this really? But guys, I just go with it that it's God, and God will bless me and give you favor, because he says, look, if he's doing this, if you listen to the small little things, he'll give you a lot more. Guys, I know, listen, you're going to leave here this weekend. We got a lot more to train tomorrow. Don't think that this is it. We got a lot more. We're going to give you the ins and out tomorrow. But guys, when you leave here, you're going to believe behind, and you're going to leave here knowing that you've got it. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Wow, 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 wow.
What an amazing day.
Unbelievable day. Unbelievable. Did you guys get filled? Are you believing? Are you believing? Hey, tomorrow's going to be a packed day. Tomorrow is going to be an amazing blessing. Your belief's going to go through the roof. Be in your seat at 8:45. Gina's got a gift, a surprise for everybody. Don't be late. 8:45, you want to be in your seat.
You guys have a great night. Let's all go get some rest and be back here tomorrow.